We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Look what we got right here, guys. Professor Belly Mail, the Hood Postman. Click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like the first and 15th. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. City, hood, click, let's go. We are here. And look what we got right there sitting on the dock. Look like he's sitting on the dock of the bay. Right dog. What's up, right dog? Hello? You got yourself muted, bro. Unmute yourself.
Did I unmute?
Yeah.
Can you
There
hear
you
me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sitting on the patio, man.
Yeah,
You know.
that's good, man. Let me get this broadcast. Hey, how you, Marlena? Hey, Johnny. Hey, Mike. Hey, Lawrence, Chili Willie. As for Sag wanted to come on at 6, but he said not today. He's going to come on at a later time. So we'll tap back in, you know. Well, let me bring my other guests in. We'll tap back in with Sag. Soon enough. What's going on? Sébastin.
What's happening, man? How
Man,
you doing?
I'm doing real good, man. You know, shout out to Angelo Daniels, the twin. Yeah.
That part. That's my family. That's my cousins, my loved one, my relative, my peoples. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm
I'm
good.
jumping back on.
Okay, well jump back on, man. Chris, what's up, Miss Williams? How you doing? So how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm trying to get my hair right, man. I know you heard about my cousin and everything.
Yes, I have, and that's why we're here today. We want to discuss your cousin, you know, and just for the audience, man, let me shout them out again. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. That's what I call them, man. They get this mailroom and they, you know, for all the moderators, right? Moderators. Anybody coming here with nonsense, shenanigans, or buffoonery, man, drop the hammer on them. Y'all got my permission. Get
That part.
rid of them, man, because we're about that life in regards to building better communities, relationships with melanated people across the world. Whether we in New York, whether we in California, Compton, whether we
Yeah.
in Illinois.
Hey, it's strange, right?
Go ahead. Whether we in Jersey, whether we in Texas, man, we trying to unite these streets where melanated people are. So without further ado, I got my man Sébastin. I got Bry-D, who's obviously having technical difficulty. So hopefully he figured out. So how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. All y'all know me, man. I also make music. I go by the name of 777 Blessed. Y'all
Right.
just call me Blessed. Family, loved ones know me by Sébastin. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. I just wanted to come on and shed some light on this situation that's going on, bro, because it's really foul and it needs to be talked about.
Man, and that's why we here, bro, because you're right. It does need, for a little background, man, his name was Darrell Wayne
Darrell
Caldwell, right?
Caldwell, yes.
And he's professionally known by Draco the Ruler, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's
Draco the
known
Ruler.
for his flows and his expressive wordplay.
Yeah.
He was vicious with that wordplay,
Originator
right?
with the lingo, with
Yeah,
the
he
rap.
had
So
his
he was an
own lingo,
originator.
and that's what made him special in that arena, man. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have to
Without any
scream
further
on the
ado, man,
mic. You feel me? Yeah.
take it away, Sébastin. So, and then we'll let Bry-D touch in on it from his
Okay.
perspective.
Okay, for sure, man. Yeah. Well, a lot of y'all, man. A lot of people. I've been going on the internet and seeing a lot of tomfoolery and a lot of bullshit about my cousin and about who's he's
Pardon me, real quick.
represented
Mel,
by.
give me some
Yeah.
volume.
That's your volume, not mine.
Mine's all the way up,
Can
but it's cool. Okay.
you hear? Yeah. So I just want to address the issue about the gang aspect of my cousin. My
Uh-huh.
cousin Daryl was not a gang member. My cousin had affiliations from both sides, Bloods and Crips. Most of his family is actually Powerus and Bloods on his mom's side. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people actually think he's a Crip. My cousin
So
was not
wait
a
a minute,
Crip
let me
and he was
stop
not a
you right
gang member.
there. We'll come back to that. So where was his people from on his mom's side?
West Side Piru and Cabbage Patch Piru. West Side
Okay.
Piru in Compton and East Side Cabbage Patch in Carson.
Okay, so go back to your point.
Okay, so my point is my cousin, he had more affiliation with, you know, the blue side, with the Crip side. That was more of his entourage. That was more of his homies and everything. He had a rap label called the Stink Team. The Stink Team is not a gang. It's not a gang. The LAPD try to document them as a gang. They try to fuck them over with that. But the Stink Team is just like any other rap group, just like any other, like Wu-Tang Clan. They're just a rap group. But they do also have some people in that rap group that have more affiliation to Crip hoods and Crip sets, rolling 60s, Compton Crip, shits like that. So that's why people associate Daryl or Draco with the Crips, because that's, you feel me, that's who's around most of the time, and that's who his homies are. But he is not, he never claimed anything like that. So there's a lot of misconceptions on what's going on. People trying to create a narrative that isn't there. They try to make it a gang thing. It wasn't. My cousin was assassinated for something he wasn't even from. But that's that's what's really going on.
Man, thank you for that, man, because I like to have you know, to be informed on situations and circumstances because all the time that especially people that don't have the tools nor the affiliation to even speak on him in regards to who he was as an individual versus, you know, all this internet stuff. You got the internet stuff
It's
and then you
all
got the
internet.
real life, you know.
Exactly. And that's what the two coincides, man. And I feel like people are, the streets right now are going tough with music. As in, you got the gang members literally waiting for music to drop to see if motherfuckers is talking about their hood and about their territory, about their, you feel me, they set or their radio or whatever. Then, oh, that fool he just dropped a song, or he just dropped this, he dissing the hump. Like, LA's crazy. Like, and music, in my opinion, I think music and gangbanging should be separate, completely separate.
So I'm glad you mentioned that in that context like that. What happened? Because before the gang culture used to, you know, give the rappers something to rap about, right? Gave them that, you know, gave them the words, gave them the idea, gave them the actual visual stuff, the real life stuff to go in there and just write it out and then flow it, right? But now what
Exactly.
seems to be happening is that is uh um rap is influencing gang culture.
Tough.
It's don't
Tough.
switch. How did we get there? How did we arrive there, Bless?
I think with the promotion of gang banging in rap, when you got these artists, these mainstream artists coming out with clothing brands representing their gangs, Bompton gear and other stuff that represents there's being proud of your neighborhood and being proud of your city. I understand that, but then there's a part where you're just promoting gang banging to kids who don't need to be. You got these suburban kids and other kids that don't need to be fucking aware of that shit. They don't. It's not around them. They don't need to be aware of that. So there's no reason for you to put that in music, glorifying it. There's a difference between letting people know what goes on and what glorifies. You shouldn't be coming out with Bompton hats and blood hats and saying whoop, like coming out with just anything, just gang. Because you're gonna have a kid thinking, oh, that's my favorite rapper. I can wear that stuff. I can put on a red bandana. I can put on a Bompton hat. I can put on a whoop whoop and Crip hood. I can do this, do that. No, you can get your head blown off. You can't.
So
Like,
what you're referring to is what I like to refer as the Tupac phenomenon, the syndrome, the actual thing that gets people caught up in a circumstance that they really didn't know everything that was belonged to it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't
I'm
know.
glad you brought up Tupac because that's who
Uh-huh.
I feel like it started with.
He started the precedent. He laid the precedent. He laid the foundation for it.
He did.
Let me interject. Just
Okay.
rewind on something he said. One of my children, everybody knows I've been in the feds. When I was in the feds, one of my children was wearing red Chuck Taylors. Black Chuck Taylors, red khakis, and white T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his mother had him sheltered the majority of his life. So his auntie told me that a grown man jammed him up. Where you from? Because she lived in the area of Palmdale where a lot of Crips were hustling out of her apartment complex. Mm-hmm. So I called my son, and I said to my son, hey, man, you bang? And he was like, nah, I don't bang. You know, I'm like, you sure you don't bang? So I said to my son, do you know who I am? I said, call your brothers, because my other sons knew I was in the street life.
Yeah.
And so my son said to me, I don't bang. I said, man, if you a blood, you could tell me, man, I don't care. Just let me know you bang. He said, I like Lil Wayne. That put a strong distaste in my mouth for Lil Wayne, because my son, he was sheltered to a certain degree. You know, his mother didn't allow him, you know, rip and run the streets, what have not. She monitored his activities, what have not. So I wrote a piece on that, on rappers, because I was writing blogs at that time. But it put a strong distaste in my mouth, because at that time, Lil Wayne he had the rap world lock, stock, and barrel. And his influence would have got my son killed, because my son would have thrown, living in Los Angeles County, you want to throw on some red khakis, black chucks, and a white tee.
You better have something on you.
And you're around all Crips, and you unaware of the environment you in, because you don't bang.
That's how people die.
When you say that, it is the Tupac syndrome. Tupac bit off more than he can chew. No disrespect to any Damu set. But at that time in the city of Compton, on the southeast end, with the exception of Ludus Park, doing what they had to do, they didn't have no win against them 5 Compton Crip sets on that side. Because them 5 Compton Crip sets were unified to a certain degree. And so that's what I mean by Tupac bit off more than what he can chew. He didn't recognize the diplomatic unity
politics
amongst Compton Crips when you attacked one in Southeast Compton, and how they would come together and unify. So he bit off more than he can chew, and he didn't realize how dangerous that world is. See, I agree with what both of you saying, where you say now it's the rappers that influence the gangbangers. I think to a certain degree, but I feel like this. In your entourage, you have dudes that are affiliates. But what you don't realize is that rapper, that affiliate, when he goes home tonight and he's going back home to 100 and whatever street, he on the block for real. So, but he had a ball today and left the block and went on tour with you and screwed a gang of females and saw a gang of cities and had a gang of fights. So now when he's on tour with you and he get off the phone and the whoop-de-whoops just killed one of his guys on the block, and he sees one of those guys' homeboys in another entourage, in his head is get the dude who the entourage is supposed to protect. That's the bag.
So let me touch on something. Right? I see a few people in the chat touching on about Whack 100. I don't think Whack 100 had any, because Whack 100 that same night had his own problems. He was actually caught up in a melee or something. Go ahead, Sébastin, speak on it.
I also agree with some of the comments on Whack 100, how he is also glorifying gangbanging, and because just look at the artists he's signing, look at the artists he's pushing. Look at his lingo. I feel like when you're in that industry, when you're supposed to be a professional, this is rap entertainment. This is entertainment. When you're supposed to be a professional industry manager, these guys are your bag. You're not supposed to be put. Slim 400 just got killed. I guarantee if he wasn't in the hood tripping all the time, he would still be alive. A lot of these rappers don't need to be. Same with Nipsey Hussle. So many motherfuckers don't need to be in the hood politicking. You guys are industry level entertainers. Fuck you gotta do. If you want to gangbang, then gangbang. If you want to make music, make music. You can't have step. My older family can tell you, the big homie Bry-D, he can tell you can't have step nothing. If you want to gangbang, my dad, so you gonna be 100% at it. Whatever you do 100%. If you want to be a football player, 100%. You want to be a gangbanger, be the best gangbanger you can be. You want to be a rapper, be the best rapper you can be. Because if you half step anything, you're gonna fail in life. Don't half step anything. Go at it 100%. Dead homies.
You see, now, you know, Professor, everybody say now the OGs need to step up. My opinion on that, my personal opinion, is you have intelligent brothers that are G's. You have brothers that, okay, their former lifestyle manifested into what it is to now. You need to get brothers, you know, I'm not going to say you and I, but I'm going to say in you and I caliber, because I feel we're in the same league as older homies. You need to get brothers with the mind frames that we have to become handlers to these young rappers that want to allude to their associations and affiliations. Become their handler and tell them this is what's going to entail this on what you're doing right here. When you go on tour to this city, bruh, when you hit St. Louis in this arena, it's dominated by St. Louis rolling 60s. Now you sitting up here advocating, disrespecting this is what you're going to encounter, because you have 60s that have money, and when they have money, they have entourages, and when they have entourages, they get backstage.
So, brother,
that's how it goes. So let's back it up.
Let's back it up a little bit. I want you to go back to where you laid out. How did you come into this whole circumstance? Because you really didn't know your cousin. You became aware of your cousin at one point.
my cousin Jean, who you know I'm extremely tight with, the G Luke Show, co-host Queen Jean, had posted something of the condolences and to Draco's mother, who's my first cousin. Now I know all my first cousins' names. It's just that because I was so deeply entrenched, as he said, 100% to a lifestyle, I was so deeply entrenched to the hood that family became secondary, thirdary, quad, if you can go on and on and on. They became obsolete, and the hood became everything in certain stages in my life. So I was distanced. So when I read that online, I'm like, oh man, that's Unbarber Kids, who I'm friend with several of them, and the second cousins on online. But I like that's Unbarber Kids. And the eldest, Angie, that was my favorite when I was a young man. She used to take me home every day, you know. So that's how I found out. So when I found out, you know, family is family. You can talk to family about certain things that you don't put out in public. We don't air out dirty laundry. I found out that the young man was associated, not affiliated. And I know what entourages encompass. Just like when NWA was on the road, you know, they did their thing. They had N Hoods with them. They had Kelly Parks with them. They
Yeah,
probably even had Santana's with them,
that's a
you
time
know.
to be alive. I ain't
But
you.
that's the affiliation of the association.
Yeah,
So that's how I found that out when you backtrack. And I'm like, okay. And you know yourself personally, you know me, you know I don't even listen to rap unless it's old school. But when I started listening to the kids rap, I was like, oh, okay, I can relate to this. I like, damn, I wish I would have been a photo. I might have been a cousin groupie. Hey, let me get backstage, baby. You know, let me get plugged in, you know.
yeah.
So with that being said, that's how I found that out, that he's actually my second cousin.
So what age he was born in 93, that so that make him what, about 28, 29?
Yeah, about 28, 20. I'm 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, such an untimely man. You know, as of recently, man, we've been losing, like you was saying earlier, we've been losing countless of rappers, you know, especially from the blood side, you know what I mean? And I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what their inner workings or struggles are, you know what I mean? But I know that somehow we got to be able to fix it and help them correct it, you know what I mean? And that's just what my position is. I don't care what color you wear, you know what I mean? Because you're a black man first, and
Yeah.
then everything else is just really just a construct. But often we take things and start building our lives, you know, and as we go, we try to get better and better at because life is just practice. We just hope someday we get good at it, you know, and that's just where everything lays. But back to you, Bless. What you think, you guys? Because you was actually at the concert, right? Were you there?
No, I wasn't. I didn't even go. I
Oh,
it's crazy too, bro. Cause I was gonna go. I was gonna
uh-huh.
go, bro. But it's just something in my gut. I don't know, dog. Cause I'm super in tune with my spirit. I'm super in tune with spirituality and like all that, bro. So like I really now how I move, I just move by my intuition and my gut, and like I just didn't. I don't know, man. I didn't. Just something told me not to go. Like I was gonna go with my lady and everything. We was gonna finish, and I was just like, nah. I don't know. Like I don't feel right. I don't feel it. You feel me? And I had a fucking. And it's sad too, dog. Because when I was sleeping, I woke up and my girl, she was just FaceTime. FaceTime calling me. What's going on? She was like, "Hear about your cousin?" I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "He got stabbed." And I was like, "What?" And I go online. I'm seeing everyone saying he got stabbed. And the moment I saw he got stabbed, I just knew he left this earth. I just knew it. Even
Mhm.
before they pronounced him, he was dead.
So,
I'm so you from I lost my brother, you know, like I lost my older brother, so I have so many spirits attached to me. I'm so connected to the other. It's crazy, dog. Like some people don't believe me. I'm super intact, and
some
they're everywhere.
L Dub say that was the Most High speaking to you. So, why did the internet come after his brother so hard on this situation? What did his brother do that made the internet just go absolutely crazy?
They people who don't are not in situations like to speak on situations they've never been in. That's what I've noticed.
That's
I've
true.
known people always speak on shit they never been into. Talking about what would you do if you were around about 70 bloods and you see them getting packed out and like there's so like people don't understand like you don't know what his mindset was. You don't know if he was running to go get a burner. You don't know if he was running to go do what. You don't know what his mindset was at the time. And plus, y'all weren't even there. I'm not gonna say he ran. I wasn't there. I hadn't seen shit. So I'm not gonna say he ran. People who wasn't even there can't be talking like it. You can't. You feel me? And it's just you got these people who just want hits, likes, and all this shit. So they'll say the most randomest bullshit to get views, to get likes, because they clout hungry, they clout chasing. They just want that attention. They like little 15-year-old girls. They want attention. Like,
see, and it's like those type of people. This is what I say about them. You know how you have sports analysts who have never played a game of football in their life.
Yeah,
They know everything about the game. They know what you should have did. Here it is. You got 10 men rushing you that are 6'7", 380 pounds.
Why do you do
and you 180 and 6'1", and this analyst gonna say what you should have did, what you could have did, and what you would have did, but he ain't never been in that position.
He 5'4", 130 pounds.
And I've been in that position where, unfortunately, because of the lifestyle I've led pre-prison, where from Carver Park, for each one of us, there were 10 bounty hunters. And we used to fight them
Thank
dudes
you for
to
that,
watch
Mike
parades.
Marks.
You know, and so I've been in a position where you're going to stay down for your crown, but I'm not concerned with where Bunky at, where Westbrook at, where Moose at. I'm concerned with, damn, I can't fight and all these hunters rushing me, but I got this screwdriver, and I'm not looking for the homies. I'm looking for a way out. Okay. So, and then when I unfortunately became incarcerated, I was involved in racial riots. And in the 90s, they had a thing called the Wayside Wars, where it was constant riots and Wayside Max. So anybody's been in a situation, you don't go to look for your homie, but if you on top and you see your homie need aid and assistance, you make your way to him if possible. But when you outnumbered, it's like I said before,
people don't
flight or fright.
They don't. It's a war zone. Motherfuckers is getting like people. They can't even comprehend what that feels like. All the emotion and anxiety going on, all the fat, like there's just too much. Like you don't know what you do. You have to get your animal instinct. You're just gonna just flip and then after everything done, you're going, all right, oh shit, man, I didn't expect.
So my question to both of you: what could have been done differently to have a different outcome on this circumstance?
The right people around you.
Exactly. I'm having, if I got my cousin, once I get to my cousin's level to that stardom, I'm having real deal security, actual official.
You can't have the homeboys.
No.
See, when you put an event together, it's just like the 2-minute pitch in the elevator. In the 2-minute pitch, a dude may ask you, so what kind of engine is in your car, to see if he can throw you off your game. So you have to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. So therefore, what's up, gangsta? How you doing? And neighbors on neighborhood real. What's up, you? But the thing is,
take that question, Bry-D.
The big part.
Take that question.
When you're in these beefs and know your enemy is going to see at the same event, you have to be prepared. Whatever may occur, for whatever may occur, knowledge is power. And that's what I was getting to. You should have people around you that if you have in the same setting, let's just say one gang against 5 gang, and if you know 5 gang is going to be at that setting and 1 gang is going to be there, then the people who put this event together should know to keep them separated. Should know to have handles. Yet, 2, if 1 gang is coming and he know 5 gang is there, you need to be, as Gangster said, aware of who's going to be there.
Sound like somebody was quite experienced with being in these circumstances because they came well prepared. They knew that to have the overwhelming majority.
I know. They saw the lineup. Because when the lineup came out, and they saw the game, YG, all these blood rappers, and then you got my cousin headlining also. So they automatically, they headline this nigga Draco the Ruler. He just came out with a song named Ingleweird. His homies is beefing with Woo Woo. Like they already, like right when they saw the lineup come out, they probably already started plotting. But my cousin is he only cared about music. I guarantee he wasn't worried about them niggas. He probably didn't think nothing was gonna happen. He didn't think they were gonna trip. He was like, this is music. They ain't about that shit. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not tripping on them. I'm not even really beefing with the niggas at all. I'm just making music. He even said, bro, this nigga would say it over and over. What I don't do in the streets. This is rap entertainment. How come black people and black rappers are the only one getting fucked with by their lyrics? You don't have these death metal white
motherfuckers talking about killing babies and killing motherfucking being Satan.
Even
Fucking
though
like
those
there's so
lyrics
much
be in their
shit, bro.
music, but yeah, those
Only
they
black people get fucked with their lyrics.
they lyrics be worse than rappers.
Worse, death metal bands,
Yes,
rock bands.
yeah.
What? Praising hell and fucking praise Satan and kill. Like, bro, I'm telling you, like, I'm not.
They
There's
talking
a
about
narrative here.
anarchy, the purge, and all sorts of kind of situations, you know.
Bestiality, all this just gross shit, bro. It's disgusting, dog. But they gonna get on us if we just rapping about. But we're not even. And that's the thing. He wasn't doing it. He wasn't even doing what he's rapping about. Because if you actually doing what you rapping about, you ain't a rapper. You ain't a fucking rapper, my nigga. You in jail, or you're dead. You gonna end up dying, or you don't talk about it. You don't do nothing. Like, people who are actually doing that shit don't want to talk about it. They're
Wait
definitely
a
not
minute.
rapping.
Okay, take this question right here. Let me see what you do with that, Bless. Here, this is somebody. I don't know if what he's saying is accurate, but
Melly
what's your
Mel,
thoughts
their
on it?
blood's been hunting for a long time, bro. They said he killed Bloods from Inglewood multiple times and made songs about it. You see, that's the thing. I heard the songs my cousins made, and I know that he was that's the thing. I'm not gonna condone what he was rapping about. I know he did in some way kind of make fun of motherfuckers who got done up in Inglewood, who ended up passing away. Rest in peace. No, he shouldn't have done that. He should have made any type of reference to anybody's death. That's fucked up. You don't do that. You don't make reference to anyone dying. So no, I don't condone that. But you gotta understand, like, that nigga's not. He wasn't a gangbanger, bro. He wasn't, and no one deserves to die like that and to be reposted all over the internet. I don't care what he did. He literally didn't do anything. He literally wasn't going out there doing anything wrong. Like, my nigga was just making music. That's it, homie. He was just making music. And motherfuckers
I
did
don't
that
know
shit.
why we can't just have just a normal discussion with each other when we have a difference of
Yeah.
opinion or we disagree on
I don't,
something. Why we go straight to the extreme?
because people also, drugs are involved. You got people on drugs. Drugs corrupt the mind. Drugs changes the mind. One little thing to a sober person, oh man, he's just tripping. But if you want dope, you want meth, you want whatever, oh, he said this about what? I'm tripping. Dead homies, we going right now. Bro, he's not even, he just made a fucking, chill out, nigga. Don't make permanent decisions off of temporary emotions. Like, fuck.
So,
Emil,
listen, go ahead.
to answer something to comment on something you said, and something the gangster said. Yeah, we understand that it may be such and such there, so knowledge is power and be prepared. But when you are associate, you think in an associate frame of mind, no matter how street associated you are. You can't think in affiliate's mind, because if you've never been in those trenches or been in that field, then you function as an associate in your thought pattern. Even though you've been in that county jail, you know, it's like a chameleon. You put on that color when you win that county jail. I'm not talking about a gangbanger color. I mean the color of self-preservation. And I know now, and I've been in here long enough, this dude want to fade. Let me give him this fade. That kind of thing is what I'm speaking on. But the actuality of when I see my enemy is on sight, as an associate, you really don't think about that. And as a rap artist, you think in the terms of, okay, I'm gonna chew their ass up on wax.
Let me ask you something, man.
Exactly. Thank you.
How does somebody become your enemy if you never had a conversation with them? You never saw what was in their head or knew who they were as an individual. How does that person become your enemy based? I mean, it's so
Motherfuckers are
superficial,
emotional,
man.
bro.
A blue
They're
rag, a
so
red rag,
emotional.
or just a look. Or it just, man, it just is mind boggling.
Okay, pre-internet. If you were to ask a dude pre-internet, Melly Mel, from Rolling 60s or from A-Tray Gangsters, why would they be beefing? That was 14 years old and got put on the set 3 months ago, and he's been putting in work prospectively on whichever side they may be from. He couldn't tell you. How did that become my enemy? If you go to Compton, let's just go the original one that I think one of the first ones, rather, Palmer Blocks in the South. Pre-internet, if you ask a new Southsider in, let's say, 1992, why y'all beefing with Palmer? He couldn't even begin to tell you, other than, oh, they killed my homeboy, but he couldn't tell you what it had started over at that YMCA. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's how I think a person could become. I'm I'm in his entourage, and I'm 18, and he
Yeah.
say F them dudes, and he put something on wax about them. My 18 mind frame is, oh, they the enemy, because I'm eating with him. So I'm a part of his clique, not gang, but clique. So the tribalism kicks in as far as the mentality. And I'm a ride or die with my man. So them dudes my enemies, even though
G,
I never had a
well, let me
conversation with them.
say, G said that's gang banging, Melly. That's true, G. But for me, men can't see beyond his own material interest. That's just even if it is gang bang, but men, even gang bangers, it don't matter. Everybody in the gang can't see beyond their own material interest. Everybody has an interest that is not associated necessarily with the gang, but they come together and they function like a unit or attack unit. There's times, but the culture today is quite different from the one we came from. Steve.
Yeah.
Very different culture, very different. And right here is Dewan Michaels. That's the reason, Melly. You can't just say that he didn't do anything, bro. He murdered them Bloods, man. It's documented. Them dudes hurt beyond that Darby boy and Red Bull and Snowman. This is what I don't know. I don't know nothing about this, but I'm just
I,
repeating what the brother is saying.
yeah,
And
I don't know who's bro saying he murdered. Like, I don't know if you're talking about like this Draco didn't fuck. Draco's not responsible for any of those shits. Not for Red Bull. I know you talking about Indian Red Boy from fucking Inglewood Families. I know he got murdered on Instagram Live. The only incident about that, I know my cousin was fucking saying some shit about that, talking just being being a rapper, bro, talking shit. You feel me? He shouldn't have said
I'm gonna
anything
go.
about that, but
I'm
he's
gonna
not
go back
responsible
to
for none of that.
what I said the other night on the live. I said, listen, man, the NFL, the NBA, and the National Baseball League, right? When you are assigned to a major deal in any of those sports teams, right? They just don't give you that money. They give it to you, but they put you in a socialization program to make you understand where you at, what you should invest in, who you should associate with, and they put a team around you. Now, if Empire, Interscope, or Warner Brothers, or Sony, and then you got Jay-Z, you got Puffy, you got Swifties, Timberland, and Dre, man, y'all get y'all kids, man. Them young rappers, them y'all kids, and y'all just
Mm-hmm.
sit them out there with all that money and let them just do what they do. But they need to be socialized in a way so they fully understand what they got.
Exactly.
I think that
Exactly.
that should be part of it. That's just my
That should
followers.
be in the fine print.
Mm-hmm.
That's what G
You know,
said. All followers, huh, G?
so,
That part.
so it's like, but like, look, now my cousin right here, he do music,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
and he gonna blow. But now, and we're gonna give a shout out and give a plug on what you do before the show is up. But the thing, this is the thing that now that goes in my mind on the way I think. Will people look at him as that's Draco cousin, and now try to put a bullseye on him behind the stupidity?
Uh-huh.
I've already been getting fucking DMs and bullshit, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, but it would be worse if all I made music about was negative. If I came out with music about gang banging, but it would make it way much worse. But then when
Right.
people read about me and look me up, they're gonna see all my shit about positivity, mental health awareness, suicide prevention, getting off drugs, getting off gangs. They're gonna be like, damn, this nigga's nut. He don't rap about anything like Draco. Then they gonna see the difference. You feel me?
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you don't rap about what he rap about, how do the industry let you in? Because it's obviously it seems that
It's
you have
it's
to
it's
rap in
it's
a
it's
certain
you
way.
gotta go viral. That's the thing. That's what a lot of people get the misconception of. They think they gotta rap about bullshit to get noticed by the industry. You just gotta get
Okay.
noticed, dog. Because the record labels only care about views. That's
Let
it. They
me
only care about. They don't care whether if it's good or bad.
okay,
Lately, it's just been bad.
let me push back on you a little bit though. Because all these individuals listening, they want to hear a certain thing in your rap. And if they don't hear it, they're not going to support it.
In my opinion, the people I've talked to and the majority of people I've seen that listen to that fucking gangbanging music and to just rap music about violence in general, and that are not from that life and don't have any, that are not gangbangers and from the suburb, we just like the beat. We like the way it sounds. There's
Of
ways
course,
to
that's the
make
natural
music.
order of things. That's
Yeah.
the natural order of things. But if I'm on Vicodin, Percocets, powder, Sherm,
Yeah.
lean, weed,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
everything else, I'm looking
You
for
gotta
something new
make
because I'm
music
way
that
out. I'm way out.
exactly.
I'm way
Exactly.
out.
So you
But
saying
you
it's a
gonna hit
drug
rock
culture?
bottom eventually. That's what I'm saying though. It's either, if you don't, you're gonna die. Everyone here, I used to be a drug addict, bro. Tough.
So
Everyone's
again,
gonna hit that rock bottom.
how do we hold these big conglomerates accountable? Also, how do we hold the individuals that I said accountable? Because we're talking about Black lives. And you know, last year we was hollering Black Lives Matter. I haven't been hearing that this year. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just one individual, but what I do
Black
know,
lives always matter before they even fucking was even saying it. In my eyes.
that's true. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying though, what does that look like?
Yeah.
What does that look like in real time?
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
shout out, man. I mean, you know, let me say this, man. Peace and blessings to Money Mike's family. We just lost another great. This
Right.
fool is 1 year under me, 61. Lost
Right.
his life, man. His son fighting for his life. You understand? I don't know what the circumstances behind it, but what I'm saying, these are melanated people attacking melanated people. Why is it so easy for us to go after each other versus the people that's really oppressing and putting their foot on our necks and our backs, but yet we still continue to go after each other for crumbs?
It's, you know what it is, man. When you said earlier that, and it's not knocking Generation Now. You know, I applaud a lot of the positivity Generation Now is doing, and I can relate to some things that Generation Now is doing that's negative because I was once a part of that generation with that genre of people.
So
But
you
the
saying
difference
this
in
thing
us,
is generational?
the difference. This is what I think is the difference. Okay, Melly Mel, if you and I were adversaries in that world, and I saw you with your mother, you know what we used to say, you got to pass. Your mama didn't know what the heck I was talking about, but you knew what I was talking about. You got to pass on me, and I keep it moving 9 out of 10 times. This generation, there's no such thing. And I don't place the blame on us. I place the blame on synthetics. I place the blame on Xanny bars, on meth, on Molly's, on X, all combined.
But
Because it's him.
brother, you do realize all that stuff we just named is a choice, right? You understand that, right?
I understand it's a choice,
Okay.
but it seems like with this generation, it's such overwhelming pressure to just hit this, homie.
And you gotta think about it. Who raised us? Them
Right.
coke dealers, them crack dealers, them gangsters,
Yeah.
them fucking. So who do you think we learned it from?
Right. That's true. Because now, and then not only that, Granny raised a lot of you. So it does fall on us. Yet in the same token,
not all of it. Yeah.
It's just that if your child grew up on Grand Theft Auto, blowing somebody's brains out from the age of 7 on up, just put them in front of the computer or Commando or whatever they, Mortal Kombat, just all the junk. He's desensitized. Then he loses his sense of values and morals, but Granny think he cool because he's sitting up there playing the game all day. Hi, Grandma. And
He
that's
over
that.
killing millions of people.
So what's up, neighborhood real? How you doing, Pumpkin, my man? We're gonna tap into you and holler at you later too. Appreciate you coming on the show. But you know,
shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons. Man,
yes,
y'all know what it is, man.
Yes, sir. So you know, you raise a generation that's desensitized, and then as the video games progressed, it became more realistic. I looked at a video game and I thought it was a dude getting noodled. And the young homie started laughing and said, "Man, that's a game, homie." Because I'm like, "What y'all doing? Looking at this on somewhere I stopped recently." So I just think that the generation differences is they became more desensitized visually from a young age as where we had to experience it physically. And
that's very true.
it corrupted a whole generation as far as morals and values of I don't care that your brother there and he in a wheelchair. I don't care that your mama there. And then it became, can y'all top this? As we're with us, it wasn't like top this when it
Man, y'all
became.
listen to that lady, man. Y'all listen to that lady,
That's
Marlene
for
Williams,
sure.
man. She telling y'all some real stuff, man. Smash. Matter of fact, man, somebody drop a donation in there, man. We got a great, powerful conversation going right here, and I want to keep it going, man. So, man, somebody drop a donation.
So so it's like I said, man. My young cousin right here, he's a prime example of he could have easily fell by the wayside. I'm not gonna put his father out there, but his father was a factor, a major factor in that elitist group of members of I don't get sent, I send you,
Free Don
without
Juan.
question. But he chose not to lead that lifestyle. Yet he grew up knowing about that lifestyle,
Thank
so he
you,
was able to
Mike.
make a
I
conscious
appreciate you,
choice.
And
bro.
I want
I
to add something
appreciate
too,
you,
man.
man.
A lot of people don't really understand with gang banging. When you get if you get brought up as in like you get raised around it, you get influenced by it. You can
Right.
have a nigga grow up in Compton
Thank
and
you for
never
that
gang
donation,
bang,
bro.
never gang bang or nothing, or never have it because his household had no affiliation. I didn't grow up in LA. I didn't grow up in I grew up in Oceanside, San Diego, North County, and we actually have Samoan blood hood, and I fell victim to that.
Right.
So
And I've grown up. That's
let me put this spin on it for you too. Cause how old are you, Bless?
no, I'm 24. I just turned 24.
24. Okay, let me put it on there for it. And this, I want you to really think about what I'm gonna say to you. It ain't the fact that they don't know how to think. It's not even the fact that they don't understand. What remains is they don't know what thinking is. In the sequence of rap or gang, what we know as the gang phenomenon, they don't know what thinking is because they equate it with emotions. And when something is equated with emotions, it becomes reactionary. And reactionary is never good. It never has a great outcome because there was no thinking involved. Let me see. We bringing somebody in there. Somebody jumped in the lab. Let me see. Who is this? Because there was no thinking involved. Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris Shaw Grinder. Appreciate that donation.
Melly Mel.
What's good, bro?
Black genocide, bro. It's black
Black
genocide.
genocide.
I think the 80s and 90s selling drugs. Then you got crack babies, and then it's the pills and all this. I just think with the drugs, because I've been there, did that. I think with the drugs and just when the pandemic, it just mix all this stuff in one gumbo pot. This what you got amongst black males. It's just black genocide. You're not about to run up there in the hills and try to do nothing to nobody because you can't get up and through there. So you
Hell no,
take all
you
your
get shot
emotions,
down.
huh?
So you get shot down, but
Yeah,
they don't let you
So
get there.
you take all your frustrations and emotions on your neighbor and your
Thank you,
brother.
That's a
bro.
perfect example, dog.
You see what I mean? That's all it is. None more,
Because
none
they right
less.
there. They in the project. They right next to you.
So you take it out on somebody, you just take it out on your brothers, your cousins, people you grew up with. That's
Damn.
all. And a
Damn.
lack of knowledge.
That makes sense, homie.
And a
That's
lack
Wait a
of
minute,
knowledge
that's
too,
minute,
Melly
minute.
crazy.
Mel. You know, you perish for the lack of knowledge. People don't know nothing. You can have all the money if you don't know what to do with it. You're buying a $1 million worth of jewelry. You know what I mean? Just all of it, just one big melting pot of genocide. That's all it is, Melly Mel.
Man, we got 'em jumping in the conversation tonight, man. I'm bringing everybody in, man. I ain't leaving nobody out.
See, but
That's
this
all it
what you
is,
gotta understand too,
man.
young bro.
We got 'em jumping in the conversation tonight, man. I'm bringing
This
everybody in, man. I ain't
this
leaving
is the
nobody
thing,
out.
Melly Mel. This what you
Yeah.
gotta understand too, young bro.
We
This
got 'em jumping in the conversation tonight, man. I'm bringing everybody. Somebody's on
Melly Mel.
you can't listen and be on the chat too.
You gotta turn your
Somebody's on you can't listen and be on the chat too.
you gotta turn your
Hold
now
on.
look, this is what I'm
Okay.
saying, Melly Mel.
Okay.
And panel. What brothers don't understand, man. I'm gonna jump all the way to Illinois. You got BDs, GDs, Vice Lords, Stones. Those are the four dominants. They doing all that crazy stuff over there, killing each other up, just like we doing on the West Coast now. A BD, GD, Vice Lord, and Stone go to the feds. They up under one coalition, one accord. With us, Rips and Damoos, you go to California Department of Corrections, you're each other allies. 60s and Hoovers are each other allies. 60s and A-Trade gangsters are each other allies. Because if it's an A-Trade gangster on that yard and he get bum rushed by another coach and it was two 60s out there and they don't do nothing, the homies gonna down them. In the feds, we're on one accord. So what these dudes don't even realize, man, is you may be in an entourage here going against this entourage and then be on the same yard with each other because somebody's gonna tell on you, because the first thing that happens is everybody go like this with a camera and get footage. And so when they get footage, the internet police get footage, Johnny Law get footage, and you wonder why you got 150 years on a gang enhancement plus 10 years for the case. And you're on the same yard, one of them dudes.
Let me put it to you like this though, Bry-D. And this came from thank you, Marlene, I appreciate it. This came from Taboo from the Nellas, right? I was talking to Slick and Taboo said that we need to bring the module back. And here's his reasoning in that. If you got a blood and a crip module, these dudes is all out on the internet that's doing things. Then you bring all them cats down and just doing them 30s and 40s down on them 4 yards and put them in the module. I guarantee you, them dudes, them youngsters that's all on this wild stuff, man, they come out there they be upright standing citizens in this society. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, because everybody could make it in the module. I was in the module for 2 years. I was in 21, 23 for nearly, I was in the county 2 years. In my last year, I was in the module. And I was in 48 just for a hot second. I was able to bail out, fortunately. I was still in the shower. But the antics that go on in there, they going to get some act right.
Yeah. Yes, because we got to get on code. The black code should be loyalty, discipline, education, and respect. Those are 4 things. I think we should make a 10-point on what the black code is. You understand? I gave you 4. If anybody can add to what my 4 is, we should implement that. You know what I mean? Throughout all the tribes, whether it is New York, Chicago, or Illinois, California, Oregon, Washington, Texas, Tennessee, Florida. We should be on code with one another, and that's our problem because we're still all over the place. We got vice lords, disciples, crips, bloods. We got all this other stuff that's in between. That's why I say when I'm on this net, I'm saying city, hood, cliques. That's what we dealing with.
Right.
Hey man, can y'all hear me, man?
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
All right, how you brothers doing, man?
Doing really well. How are you doing?
Hey, I just want to say I talked to Kev Mack and I talked to Cutes today, man, and we was talking about the Money Mike thing, man. It's really sad, and I want to piggyback off what Melly said earlier today, and what Taboo and Slick was talking about, because I talked to them 2 brothers as well about bringing back the modules. What happened is with the modules, and I'm from San Diego. I'm from 5'9" Brims.
Oh yeah.
And
salute to you, bro.
Salute. I know you. Salute. Rest in peace.
I was in the feds with Hall from 5'9".
Which one? It's about 4 or 5.
There's a couple
of the one with the tattoos all over his face and everything.
You talking about my homeboy, my best friend Kerry K-Hole. Yeah.
That's him. That's him.
Yeah.
I was good friends with Sticks before he passed away. Rest in peace. I know he was.
Oh, you was good. Yeah. Sticks, man, that little brother, man. Sticks was on his way. He was on his way to being something special.
My age. He was my age, bro. I used to hang out.
He was. I think Sticks was about a year older than you, young brother. But the thing is, for the past 22 years, I've been pushing the line on Bloods and on Keyways and Damus becoming one big set. And the reason that I say that, and Melly, you guys represent the black flag up there in Santana, but down here in San Diego, back in '74, before we became 5'9" Brims, before country came down here, we were Central City gangsters, and we wore the black flags as well. And the black flags at the same time symbolize us as being a black family, being cohesive as brothers, man, and we done lost that. it is so easy for us to get pissed off at one another and harm one another and quick to do wrong to our sisters and call our sisters bitches and all these types of things, but soon as these Caucasians and these others, go against the grain and attack us, we so quick to back up. You know what I mean? And we so quick to back up and not really defend ourselves against the real opposition, man. And it's really hurtful to me, man, because I've really been trying to push a line on us becoming one unit, and it becomes so frustrating. I want to piggyback off what you were saying, though. I still want to get my point out about Slick and about what Taboo was saying. When you bring back the modules, you understand what I'm saying? What happens is it forces people to live together. It forces people to cultivate those relationships. Melly, I've been listening to you for 2 years since the Majestic Picnic, and I've been trying to get in contact with you for the past year and a half.
Man, you got me. I'm easy to find, bro. I'm easy to talk to and all that.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, your platform has gotten stronger. Your content, not only is your content positive, but when you put the right spin on your moniker, the hood postman and the professor, because Melly, I want to give you your flowers right now, my brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, because what you've done from what I've seen is that, okay, we put out the history about where the certain sets come from, who was responsible, and some of the things that was going on. But at the same time, you've always flipped the script to say, hey, not only was this a detriment to our communities and we wasted a lot of time, what do we do now to redirect our thinking? And where do we go from here? So I got to give you your flowers, Melly, because you really been pushing the line on that, my brother. And I have a lot of respect for you, you know what I'm saying, in that particular process, man. So I got to give you your flowers.
Man, once again, man, I appreciate that, because I'm a very humble individual. And when I hear somebody speaking in terms of what you're speaking, it only lights the spirit that's burning inside me, because I asked my ancestors to increase me in knowledge and understanding and purify my heart and allow me to intercede and be effective in this space right here. See, because anybody can get up here and say a bunch of stuff, but to be effective that's the goal. You understand? We got Queen Jean in here now, and I want to say this too. Back on what you were saying, we have to find a way to apologize to our sisters, our mothers, our wives, our girlfriends, because they had to carry the burden of everything, of our actions and everything we done growing up, whether we was going to county jail, youth authority, prison, and the hustling thing. We fell so far down the rabbit hole, and then we want to turn our backs on them.
It doesn't make no sense, and that's the reason why about 15 years ago I stopped calling black sisters. I stopped calling them bitches, and like whenever I run into a sister, I don't care who she is, I don't care how old she is, I always refer, hey, how you doing, sister? And when I say that, I notice the sister should look at me like really surprised, because they're not used to being greeted like that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I open the door for these sisters nowadays. If I'm on a date with a sister, you know what I'm saying? If she goes to the restroom and she's coming back to the table, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to acknowledge her. See, the thing is, chivalry's not dead. The thing is, I got my son. I got one son and I have 2 daughters. And one thing that I've always taught my son is the first thing, my brother, is, you know what I'm saying? If you consistently be a gentleman to these females, what happens is, it starts to cultivate into just something that you just naturally do.
Right, absolutely. Let's allow the queen to speak right now, because she just jumped in. I'm sure she has something profound to say.
How you doing, sister?
Hey, how you doing? I didn't even know you were on live. Somebody hit me up to let me know you were on live and that my family was there. So hey, Bry-D, hey,
what's
Sébastin.
up, Queen cousin?
How you doing,
hey,
family?
Melly Mel, and hey to the brother right there. I'm just chiming in.
Well, tell the brother, tell you his name.
Brother, tell me your name.
Hey, sister, I'm from San Diego. My government name is Michael Singletary. My homeboys on the street, they call me the ball gang.
Michael
Okay.
Singletary, I just got what from what was it? No, not YouTube, but Instagram. Now I know who you are.
Michael Singer. So you got his see, look, I got his government name. You had the street name.
Yes.
See, that lets me know he knows how to treat a queen. He gives the queen his government name. See?
That part.
Thank you very much.
You
Look
know
at
what?
it, man.
It's funny you say that, sister, because if you wasn't on here, I would have just used my moniker ball gang.
Well, I appreciate it. Salute to you, Michael.
Thank you.
So yeah, I just, I'm not gonna stay on here because I'm actually with the family. We were taking family photos and somebody hit me up and said that you guys was on, and I got excited to know that my cousins were here on the show. And I was like, man, I gotta chime in and say hi to my cousins. Melly Mel, thank you. You know how much I love you. You're my mentor, you're my spiritual mentor. So
Yes,
keep
he
on
is.
Truth to
keep on
power.
putting that
That's what
vibe
it
out
is.
there
This
because
is the truth to power hour right here. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening. We're in a paradigm shift. You know, we're in a paradigm shift. And we gotta allow the our ancestors to work with us in concordance to what we need to do, how we need to get this done. We lost Bright Dog, but that's okay. We got ball game. We got blessed. We got the queen. Let's
That
go.
part. Let's go.
I
That
don't know
part.
what happened.
He coming back. He coming back.
He be doing that.
Hey, moms be calling it the most inopportune time, man.
That's
For
okay.
Can you
real.
guys
She
hear
got me
me?
BS.
She got important things to say to you, brother.
Now she on the voicemail. I'm catching the blues.
We got
Excuse me,
Sophia
Queen.
Berkeley in there. Who's Sophia Berkeley?
Sophia Berkeley, that's my
Sophia Berkeley. Oh,
my
How you
Uncle
doing?
Steve is that's my sister cousin.
Man, all these Berkeleys popping up around me.
Hey,
I
Berkeley
just
tornadoes.
my birthday was on the 29th of last month, man. You know what I mean? So
Hey, ball game, I appreciate you coming up in here, man, and giving your adding to the gumbo mix. And somebody spoke earlier. Oh, that was you who said that. Yeah, the gumbo pot, brother. And
well, I appreciate you, Melly, for having me, man. I appreciate you for putting the link up.
anytime, brother.
Because
I welcome this kind of this commentary and this conversation we have is much needed, bro.
yeah, it is, and like I said, I was able to talk to Kev. I was able to talk to Mac and Cutes today.
Shout out to KM Videos with content is king.
Yeah, that man, Kev and Cutes, they hurting over Money Mike right now, and
Yeah.
I seen Gangster. He went on live, and I was able to chat with him last night. I know that he's hurting behind what happened, and the thing is, the frustrations, they just continue.
Thank you, CJ.
Like I said, I've been in this fight for like over 17, 18 years now, and I still twiddle my thumbs and ask myself, how are we going to come to some type of conclusion, some type of compromise to where, I'm the type of brother, I feel like I shouldn't have to be scared of my people, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I should be able to come up to LA, and I do on a regular basis. I come to Compton because my family's from Fruittown. And so I'm always in Compton going to go see my aunts and my cousins. I'm always in LA going to go see my family up the way. And I go into the hood. I come in peace. I make sure that I know what hats not to wear, what to wear. I try to navigate my way, and I come in peace. And I'm just the type of person. I'm just not going to be scared to live around my people, man. When I come into people's neighborhoods, I show the utmost respect. I come in peace, and that's how I'm gonna continue to move, man. And I just, whenever somebody comes around in my section, I show them the utmost respect and I welcome them. And
Shout
we
out
done
to
got,
Big Devil in the mail room.
yeah, Big Devil. I know he mad about them Frisco last night. We was trying to get him on about that game. Me and Kev, they was trying to get him to come on about that game last night.
Hey man, I don't told Big Devil about them Rams, man. Them Rams for real, man.
Well, last night they lost, but last night Frisco lost to Tennessee, man. We was trying to get him.
Okay.
Yeah, Tennessee got him with a
Big Devil got a bet with Slick on the Rams, though. I thought they played last. Okay.
Well, I got a bet. I got a $100 bet and a push-up bet with Slick on the Steelers in Kansas City because I'm a diehard Steeler fan like Rockhead.
Oh,
So
you a Rocky.
yeah,
Rocky, man, he actually come unglued about them Steelers.
I do too a little bit, man. I think that's one time where I need mediation.
Hey,
So,
my brothers,
okay,
I'm about to. I
back
got
to
to
the
leave right now, my
conversation.
brothers.
Yeah.
Ball game. What does it look like for us to even be act with each other, like just be real cordial? Is that asking too much?
It's not, Melly. The thing is, instead of what I've been doing with, because I work with the community assistance support team here in San Diego. So what I do is I don't tell these young brothers that they shouldn't gang bang no more. What I try to do is I try to teach them how to be cordial with one another. I
Right.
try to teach them how to develop certain relationships with people. Like I said, some things that you said a couple of years back, like with some of the West Coast Cripsters out here and some of the neighborhood guys, we all grew up together. We went to San Diego High School, Lincoln High School, now Miguel High Schools out here in San Diego, and we were able to cultivate relationships back in the mid 70s and early 80s where we weren't killing one another. Same thing that you were saying, I love when you say who were the hand guys, because down here in San Diego, that's what we did. So my brothers and I pride myself on slanging, and like I say, I have when people always say, well, who was the hand guys? The first thing I say myself. The first thing I say, my younger brother, I got a brother, his name is Melly Mill. His name is Camille, but we call him Melly Mill. My baby brother, my brother Fat Daddy, rest in peace. He slang them things. My older brother Levan actually went to Compton High School.
Okay.
But we from San Diego.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he damn sure slang them things.
Yeah, so but when I get a history, I'm gonna talk about when country came down to San Diego in the Rummy House probation transfer program back in those days when I first met
country. Shout out to Big Country.
Yeah, bless his heart. And it doesn't take nothing for us to be cordial, man. Like I say, when I'm in Houston, when I'm in Atlanta, when I'm in Florida, and I see a brother, I say, "How you doing, my brother?" And then automatically, what happens is, you'll get a brother that's kind of looking like, like he's standoffish. As soon as you say, "Hey, how you doing, my brother? How's your day?" It brings them down, man.
Man, shout out. Let me do this. Shout out to the mailroom moderators. Y'all are doing y'all task. I appreciate y'all because I don't have time to look at all the buffoonery, but y'all got them. Shut them down. If they playing, get them about it, because we're about positivity. We're about change. And we're about growth over here. Anybody that's trying to affect that in a negative way, get rid of them. You got my permission. Bump them out.
Yeah, because go ahead.
I agree with you, bro. On recently, and this is not glorification. I just did 18 straight years in the feds.
Oh, bless your heart.
And I developed a reputation as a hitter per se. Okay, and so that's intimidating to a lot of people because you're willing to go the extra mile, and everyone's not willing to go extra mile.
True.
I understand, and I'm not glorifying because it's
right.
Yet I can walk down the walkway and it'd be 10 brothers, and they'd turn their head away from me because they don't know what frame of mind I was in under their assumption. But I always like, how's it going, young man? How's it going, black man? How's it going, bruh? And it would throw them completely off.
Green eyes from T-Zone hollering at you, Bry-D.
Huh?
Green eyes from T-Zone.
What's up, Green eyes? All right. Oh, my man, I'm glad you touched. Love you to life, man. Keep doing what you're doing because you're here.
Finish your point, brother.
But the point I'm making is when you speak to a brother, it gives them a sense of camaraderie with you, even for a nanosecond. And I understood the power of a reputation.
Yeah.
And I understood the power of it. It can be a double-edged sword, but I utilize mine in the sense of, bro, I'm just as human as you. Those are things that I felt I had to do, and I did, and I'm not glorifying them, but I'm the same as you. So when you speak to a brother, it alleviates a lot of tension.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, we call it effective communication. You dig? And I back in '88, I did a 90-day observation in Chino, and I was 20. I'm 54, about to be 55, so I was 21, I think, at the time. And when I was on the bus going up to Chino for the 90-day observation, I wasn't briefed on what I was about to, what I was about to encounter. Being a blood from San Diego, and walking down those halls, and all you hearing is crip, 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 crip. Where the bloods. I'm trying to find out where the bloods is. It was Big Tommy from Anthony's Park, who was the bloods. He was I didn't say a shot caller, but he was the bloods representative at the time, and put me in the cell with another brother up out of Pomona. He was a blood, Big Red, and a real cool dude. And I developed that mindset as well, Bry, is that I'm not gonna let nothing, fuck it, everybody bleed the same. You know what I mean? And it was Big Tom who said, "Nah, Mike, you're on a 90-day observation. You got time to go home." But what happened was I started communicating. I started talking to people. I would go and talk to the Crips, and them brothers would be like, "Man, you can't go over there and talk to them." Well, why not? You can't go over there and talk. I always tried to establish relationships wherever I was at, and I wasn't a banger to say I wasn't a set tripper.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't a set. Oh, just because he's a Crip, nah. It wasn't like that for me. I was just from my neighborhood where I came from, and over the years I developed the skills, the communication skills, where now I done developed relationship with all. I can't even say that I'm just a blood per se, because my thing is I represent all black men, man. I don't give a damn what set you from. Why? It's because you got the ops, you know what I'm saying, these pink toes, and you got the ops. I ain't gonna say because some of those are our friends still. We as black men, we got so many different things and so many different oppositions against us, man. And it just doesn't make no sense. I don't give a damn if I went to the jail today. I ain't been to jail in 34 years. But if I went today, man, I'm selling with anybody who's black. I don't give a damn what set you from. And I want to put it out there to Melly's to his followers, is that you got a lot of older brothers here in San Diego, who put it down in that penitentiary thing. Like you say, that's not nothing for us to celebrate or brag about. You know what I'm saying? But San Diego has its reputation of handling its business and behind those walls. And you got a lot of brothers down here in San Diego that's pushing the line for peace right now, man. We just had a homeboy, Ricky Waters, out of Lincoln Park, man, same age as y'all, 62 years old, just got killed day four yesterday. Youngster shot him in the back for nothing. The brother's 62 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Man. That's
Same
terrible.
thing as Money Mike. They didn't take none. All they did was ran past 50th Imperial, where the car wash was at. They was up there drinking a 40 ounce. The youngsters just started busting, hit him in the back, killed him.
And see, I think to get back to an earlier topic, when you said that communication skills, it's brothers like us that need to be in the entourage of these young rappers, not in the entourage, but in an advisory position, that we're like, man, if I'm sitting somewhere and I'm with one of these young rappers and I see a bunch of, as they say, ops, I can walk over to them dudes and like, "What's up, man? What's up with y'all? Who are you?" I'm the dude that knows your homeboys you'll never know. How you gonna know my homies? I never know, because he got killed in 1980. He got washed up in 85. So all I'm just here to say to you, bruh, is we here amongst these others. If you really felt that bad about it, you know where dude hood at, to mediate and to be able to converse on the level. So it need to be brothers now, our age, not me necessarily, but other brothers out there in the field from different geographicals, to get into these rappers' entourages. Well, but that's not entourage, but advisory boards, and go with them on the road so they can diffuse things. Because I come from a huge family.
I agree with that, because a lot of the rappers, they put together entourages for security reasons, and a lot of the brothers that they bring on tour with them are goons. They're not
loose cannons. Loose cannons and troublemakers.
Loose cannon. You make a good point, Brian. You make a good point, big homie. they like you said, troublemakers, and that's not and a lot of these rappers. And you know what? I'm gonna push a line on my little homie Mitchie Slick to talk about.
Oh man, I talked to Mitchie a few times.
Yeah, I'm gonna push a line on him to start bringing that point across, because a lot of the rappers, when they get up on stage, they got 10 people up on stage with them, and 7 of the 10 are gangbanger knuckleheads. They up there throwing up their signs, and you know what I mean, and all that old type of stuff. So, Bry, that's a good point you bring up, big homie.
Yeah, because I think it's logical, because when you think about it, let's just say you got a 5'9" brim out of San Diego that's blowing up off the Richter scale, okay? But you have a respected 5'9" such as yourself. So the label says, we're going to give you $1,500 a city. I'm just throwing the number out there to go with this kid. This kid respects you as this G homie, and he listens to you. So when you tell him, hey, man, I'm telling such and such, he go on the first plane home, that kid ain't going to question you about his entourage, because it was a G call.
So watch this, y'all. Watch this, right? If I'm a big name rapper, right, and I got my entourage, right, and they goons from my set, my city, my hood, whatever, right? They all a part of this circle, right? And I take them on tour with me or whatever, right? So they seeing all this glamour, they seeing the glitter, the glamour, the money, they seeing all that, right? So now they're trying to figure out in their mind, how can they really be part of the money circle, the money that's processing very in front of their very eyes. So by them being in limited capacity, because they don't have necessarily all the tools to think beyond the circumstance and know how to put themselves engaged in circumstance and make money for themselves, they're gonna try. What they're gonna try to do is impress me by doing something dumb. And when they do that, that just wrecks everything, because they don't know that I'm responsible for the circumstance. I'm responsible for the situation. My insurance and everything that the label is putting on me makes everybody responsible based on you want to impress me. So you decide to hit this dude and shoot at this dude, thinking that's going to bring you in closer into my circle, and somehow you're going to become part of the money gang. You know, you one of those guys that want to put the money up to your ear and say, hey, look at me, you know, or the guy that go to the strip club to throw up all the money, you know. Go ahead.
Attack that twofold.
Okay.
One, you have a brother, you have a hood meeting in a hotel room, since it's your entourage, is your homies, right? And you going to get DP and send back to the hood. This is what it is, homie. I'm the bag. The label's paying you X amount of money in security. You're no longer my entourage. They paying you as my wardrobe man.
We got Carver Bob. Oh, no. Respect to the G, homie. Carver Bob. What's up, man? Jump in there, Carver.
What's up, cousin? Oh, yeah,
Bob,
that's my cousin right there.
Link.
But you understand what I'm saying? So you sit up there and school them. See, you take the first person I seen do something. What I'm talking about is, it was a guy named Bibby.
Link, Bob.
It was a guy named Bibby that was a basketball player. He started a company called 10. He took 10 of his childhood friends and he groomed them to be his entourage, but his advisors, his this, his that. LeBron James did the same thing. He groomed them. So if you are in a position to sit up here and sit 10 dudes down, like, look, man, the only time we take off is somebody bum rush us. That's what we're here for. Dude,
but do they
Dog,
get that understanding, though, Brado? You have to
get that understanding, because
capacity to understand
on the gang mentality, as former gang members, active gang members, we all know on the gang mentality.
Hit the Hood Postman link. It's in the chat.
With a gang mentality, you have certain G homies that, all right, wait till we get back to the set. Wait till we get back to the set.
See, and what Brian's talking about, Melly, is that it's called developing frontline staff. It's called developing. It's called, you know, like he said, you know, you're gonna get 10 brothers, and then you're gonna, for a year or two, you're gonna say, okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do. These are some of the things that we're going to do. These are some of the activities that are not going to be accepted on this tour. If anybody crossed that line, they're gonna get their ass tipped up. They're gonna get sent back to the set. and then they're gonna get dealt with when they get back to the set. There has to be some type of disciplinary, some type of accountability measures nowadays with these youngsters. There are none. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and it's very unfortunate. Even when I look at the even when I look at the situation that happened with the young brother Drakeo, you know what I'm saying? It's really sad. There should have been somebody there. Well, he's the money man. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that brother should have been on the front line. You know what I'm saying? In a fist fight with a bunch of other knuckleheads, man. He should have been in a minivan up out of there. Then the frontline motherfuckers, they should have been the ones to handle that business, therefore and so forth. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, it's the management game nowadays is all fucked up. And you know who's responsible for a lot of that shit too? In my opinion, you know what I'm saying, is that Suge could have done a better job managing Death Row in that particular perspective.
He set the precedence for that bad man.
He did. He did, man.
What's up, cuz?
Now, hey,
What's up, my nigga?
What's up? Now, hey, home team, to show you how extensive my family is, Drakeo is my second cousin on my father's side. Lil Bop right here is my cousin on my mama's side.
Right.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Lil Bop? My name is
family.
The Ball Game. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, what's up, big homie? How you doing, my nigga?
I'm doing well, man. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. Blessings to you and your family, man. Happy holidays.
Man, all peace and love, homie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bob, let me ask you a question. Being that you an insider.
Excuse me for a second. I can hear y'all.
Okay. Bob, you an insider, man. Do you feel as an insider that at all costs you must protect the artist in the sense of pull the artist away from the chaos? Shouldn't it be a person to drag him like, man, come on, man?
Yeah, but let me tell you about let me tell you about these labels and other motherfuckers, right? Motherfuckers really like to see drama and bullshit. See, what niggas don't know, these labels been getting paid. It's 4 artists that just died, my nigga, in the last month. Right. You know they got big insurance policies on these niggas and all type of shit.
Absolutely.
So they really don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck if these niggas die or not, homie. You know what I mean? It's like the little homies don't see the big picture, my nigga. You know, they think beef and drama and all that, which it do sell, but they think that's the way to go, though, my nigga. You know what I mean? And they don't seeing the big picture. Like, look at back in the days, homie. Rappers wasn't getting killed like that. Snoop and Cube and the niggas wasn't dying, homie. Niggas wasn't getting smoked. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this new shit now, it's a rapper getting killed every week now, homie. You know
that's
what I mean?
true. That's you.
And it's like you said, though. Yeah, I've been watching y'all for a minute. It's like you just said a little minute ago. Like you need some G homies with brains, with sense, homie, to try to keep these niggas right, my nigga. But you know they feel like they busters. You know, until you get mature, homie, niggas feel like maturity is weak or soft or something. Homie. They feel like wisdom and doing it the right way is weak or soft, homie. You know what I mean? They're not looking at the future of their kids and their families and you know all that other shit right now, homie. You know what I mean? They want to be turned up and validated and you know like they real niggas like that when we really know y'all not no real niggas like that.
Bob, it's 3D. It's 3D. The 3D effect is drugs, destruction, death. That's what it is, man.
You right.
That's what we living in. We living in 3D. Drugs, death, and destruction. A lot of these dudes beefing and playing different neighborhoods, but they all wind up in the same graveyard where you can't hear nothing at that point. You don't hear nothing. Nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's beefing. Nobody's disrespecting. It's quiet.
You absolutely right, man.
And you also got to take into consideration. You know, we still, you know what I'm saying. It seems like we as a people, we continue to fall victims, you know, to the bullshit. You know what I'm saying. In our generation, you know, I'm 54 years old, about to be 55. It was the crack. Now with these youngsters, it's starting to be the Xanny bars, the fentanyl, and all that other type of shit. You dig what I'm saying? And what it does is it it redirects their thinking, man. They don't reflect on anything that's positive, nothing that's rational. And Melly had made a point earlier today is that nowadays when these youngsters, you got these little fuckers nowadays, no disrespect, but you know, they wearing these skinny jeans, they got these backpacks, they look like skateboarders, and when I see them walking around, they look like they just zoned out. You know what I'm saying? And they react off emotion and not rationale, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, and not to cut you off, big homie, but see, you gotta realize, homie, we in an evil time right now, my nigga. It's like they pushing the narrative, homie, for, you know, back in the days, rappers told us, which we didn't need them, but they told us how to get money off drugs. And nowadays, homie, these niggas is promoting drugs. And what's the first thing kids look up to? Cartoons and rap. They got men kissing men and wearing dresses, and
I was going to address that too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the narrative they pushing on us right now, homie. And it's so many weak-minded motherfuckers in the world, bro. Like, you know, some motherfuckers, it's a lot of homes that ain't got dads. So the TVs is they dads, the rappers is they dads, the, you know, anything entertainment is they dads. So they gonna follow that trend, my nigga. You know what I mean? And without even knowing that they going down the wrong roads, homie. You know what I mean? They going down the wrong road.
Let me ask you this question, Bob. Now, now, Bry was saying that a lot of these brothers still need the G's to come into their lives and push a narrative, push a positive narrative. Now, let's talk about the young brothers who ain't listening to us, and then let's talk about the brothers that are our age and still pushing the line on these young brothers, man. You dig what I'm saying? Undermining our efforts, because we got to weed them motherfuckers out too.
Using the youngsters as a sounding board to demonstrate what they're thinking, but they don't want to act on
that part.
Hey, right. you know my answer to that, homie. I was just talking to one of my other homeboys about that. It's niggas right now. If you over 40 and you still pushing that narrative, niggas, you a nigga that ain't never been shit in your hood any motherfucking way. Yeah, and now all the real niggas is gone up out of hood. You know, niggas is in the pen, or niggas living their life, niggas working. You get a chance to really be who you always wanted to be but couldn't be because there was too many real niggas around. Now your voice is getting heard at 45, 50 years old all of a sudden. So you teaching these young niggas, you know what I mean, the wrong route to go. I mean, look, homie, every real nigga I know, my nigga, is Big Dev. What's up, my nigga? That's my logo right there, Big Dev. Hey, look, every real nigga that I know, like my cousin, and the big homie met, these niggas is certified niggas, bro. Like, I know personally, these are certified niggas. Homie.
But
like,
Bob, but what I'm saying is, but Bob, my baby bro. But what I'm saying is, but how do we weed them out? How do we get rid of them? You know, and without having to knock them down, or you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to compromise our freedoms as well. So how do we weed them out, man?
Unfortunately, I got an answer for that. Unfortunately, when you have a brother, let's say I'm 57, and you have somebody between the age of 60 to 57, and he's pushing a BS line in the neighborhood. When a dude like me can tell him in front of the homies, yeah, you know I can't fight worth a lick, but you know what time it is. Shut that shit up. Buster ass motherfucker. Yeah, whatever. Put your hands on if you want to. Watch the aftermath.
I even think.
And then when you tear him down in front of them and he don't respond accordingly, then you just killed the prop.
I think that we even got to use better language to address the situation, because if we can't talk from the same space to which they're speaking from, we got to talk a different language. And I'm not saying talk in their head, but we got to use a different way to make them understand that words are powerful and they do manifest in the physical, but we got to find a different way to tap into their spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because we are spiritual beings, man, and we are not disconnected. We just out of order, but we're still very much connected. We just out of order. We got to find what's the cure for those symptoms, because we have symptoms. We're sick.
Hey, look, and so you know what though? Hey, big homie, but what's your name again, big dog?
I'm the ball game. How you doing, my brother?
The ball game. Hey, look, hey, I'm gonna tell you some real shit, my nigga. Ignorance only respond to ignorance, my nigga.
True.
And sometimes what I mean by that, my nigga, sometimes you got to get on the nigga level, bro. And I don't even want to give you my real opinion on what really should be done, because I ain't trying to incriminate none of us. But at the end of the day, hey, look, real shit. At the end of the day, ignorance only respect ignorance. Just how we do shit for bad terms on going to put in work for the hood. Now we do putting in work for good, nigga. If you can't get it right, nigga, we'll get it right for you, nigga.
That's what Nat Turner and Harriet
exactly.
Tubman, when they
what Nat Turner said. What Nat Turner said, nigga. First of all, we gotta kill these 100 punk motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? Because they not with us, bro.
And the thing is, Bob, you know what I'm saying? Right on for solidifying my point, because that's really what I was saying, my brother. You dig what I'm saying? You just said it, but I didn't really just want to come out and just say it and just be too raw with it. But sometimes you know, sometimes you got to meet certain situations with certain situations, man, and it's very
understandable.
Exactly, my nigga. I mean, just like niggas was doing it out of evil, you doing it out of good now. You know what I mean? We doing it for the greater cause, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. But I'm gonna put this spin. I'm at a point in my life still, man, at being 55 years old, man, on my way. Is that, man? I just don't want to see nothing happen to no other. I'm sick of seeing us getting killed out here in these streets, man. It's bothering me. It's bothering me, my brethren.
Hey, and it's understandable. It's understandable, but what I'm saying is that's just like you and your hood, my nigga. Okay, say a nigga tell you can't come to your hood. Now you go knock down 2 niggas, ain't no nigga gonna fuck with you no more, my nigga. You can run around doing whatever the fuck you want to do, bro. You know what I mean? And what I'm saying, everybody ain't gotta be a tragedy, bro. Who's that, my nigga Loco?
What up, homie?
Loco, what's up,
on, man? Happy holidays.
Well, I see you.
What's up, in the building?
What's up, baby? Hey, but look, big homie. It's like everybody ain't niggas gonna get their mind right, homie, when they see a nigga pushing the right way, bro. If they know, just like you telling the young nigga don't do that, and he end up getting fucked off because he did it anyway, the next young motherfucker gonna think before he do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He gonna think before, you know, everybody is always gonna be casualties in war, my nigga. You know what I mean? So if you don't want to be the casualty of war, nigga, you gonna get your mind right. You understand what I'm saying? Bullshit ain't nothing, my nigga.
That's a good affirmation to put out there.
But see, on the entourages, when you have just like in the neighborhood, when a name is ringing, or this dude always starting this or doing that or advocating this, or such and such took off here and he took off there. When you got a team of older homies and who got younger homies from they turf that's related to them, and when that dude name keep ringing bells, he took off in Kansas City, he took off here and he took off there, and you talk to the bag who's the forefront rapper on like we finna DP him because he's costing the label money, he's costing you money, he's giving you a bad reputation, and when he get back to the hood and you bum rush him and DP him for his actions in front of everybody, that shuts his ass down. But see, hood politics today are strong. It's alliances within hoods and it's subcultures within hoods. And it's pick and chooses in hoods. And that apply to everybody hood now. Right. See, this dude could be solid but don't have no backing in the hood.
Mm-hmm. Real shit.
He's on his own.
That's real talk.
And that's the sad state of affairs on the tribalism. But when you're talking about money and these dudes' livelihoods and this rap genre now is rolling over into gang activity and they biting off more than they can chew, because nationwide, brothers is getting flipped that make good music.
Real shit.
Because they don't have the right dudes in play. Once again, see, we can't look to other cultures, the bandits, to put into play for us.
That's factual, man, and that's
we
why
have to play right in our own communities.
Well, Bry, that's why I got to interject on what you were saying earlier. Is that we got to figure out a system, man, to where we can put brothers, some strong brothers around, especially some of these money bag youngsters that are very talented. You dig what I'm saying? And start teaching them some different things, to where, because some of these youngsters, they hold a lot of power in their tongues as well. And they got a lot of influences in the hoods that they come from. And a lot of these youngsters can talk to their homeboys and push a whole different narrative, you know what I'm saying, and change the mindset. But that's what I'm praying for, man, because I sure push a line on my young homies, man. You know what I mean?
If you guys allow me to interject, man. First and foremost, I want to send shots out, man, to Bry-D, man, and sorry for your loss, man. We bumped Draco down here hard. We love this music out here. Shots out to Bob, man. Love to see you in the chat, bro. That's really the reason why I came in here, man. OG Melly Mel, the Hood Post from Big Devil, man. Ball game, salute to everybody, man. I want to run something by y'all, man. And I'm, like I say, I'm from Texas, man, but I'm just on the outside looking in. Man, I think these guys need to not be so accessible to people.
Agreed.
Like, you got the Ice T's, you got the Ice Cubes, you got all these big time dudes, man. Could nobody get close to these guys, man? Could nobody, and these guys got to be protected, man. All these dudes, but at the same time, we got to be mindful that we got to be mindful, bro, that we got to be careful what we say.
They want to be so hard, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, my shit scrapped. Hey, Loco, these niggas, hey, when you tell them that shit, Loco, they look at you, they look you upside your head like, oh, nigga, I'm a rip, I'm a blood or whatever, my nigga. They want to be so hard and they don't know it's going to cost you, nigga. Like, you ain't even tough as you acting, nigga. You ain't tough as you rapping, nigga. Right. You feel me? Hey, homie, no bullshit. I talked to 5 niggas that was standing right there with Draco. And they say, bro, he wouldn't have lost his life had he just kept walking the other way, bro. But the little nigga pride, Draco was a rider. His pride wouldn't let him turn it down like that, my nigga. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you would have swallowed that, you would have seen another day, homie. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at for no nigga that got his tail tucked up high, my nigga. But sometimes we gotta think, my nigga. It's like being scary and being smart is 2 totally different things, homie. Right. You know what I mean? You don't walk in no lines knowing you finna get ate up, man. That's just stupid, bro. That ain't saying you's a mark or you's a coward or you scary. Nigga, that's not being dumb, my nigga. And it's like these niggas, when you tell them that they don't supposed to be this accessible, oh, I want to hang in the hood. I want to hang with the homies. And really, you ain't even living like that, my nigga. You doing this shit all for fame, for something that you know what I mean? Cube ain't never been a gangster in his life. Cube never been a gangster in his life, bro. He talked the talk. He talked the talk, made millions off of it. He stay in his lane, my nigga. You got to respect that. He's an entertainer. That's what these niggas is. Entertainers. Entertain, nigga. Quit acting like what you entertaining is your real life when it ain't, my nigga.
Well, you know what I mean? Bob, this is the thing, but I hear where Loco coming from, man. The thing is, these little brothers, when they become the money bag like Draco, now I'm just speaking on me. Had I been in Draco's entourage, me knowing the situation and him not wanting to leave, I'd have been me and about 4 or 5 homeboys. We'd have probably just had to kidnap that in the truck. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll deal with his attitude thereafter, after the fact. You did what I'm saying? A situation happened like that in '89 when before my homeboy passed away, Gangsta Earn. He had a showcase up in Oakland and he was trying to get out of bitch. And the brothers from Oakland, they just wasn't having it. They was having a bad day. They didn't like that we was up there. These brothers, they rushed us. We got to chunking them on them. He didn't want to leave. He trying to go get the bitch. Nah, nigga, we got to bounce. We end up tackling him, rushing him into the van that we was in. The van to the white boy who was driving us, drug us to drove. He's scared before we can even close the motherfucking door. Drug the van. Our feet is linked. Some motherfuckers had road rash on their feet, their legs, because this motherfucker took off. But what the white boy did do, he saved us this particular day. It was at the Lake Merrick Fest. And then when we got back to the hotel, then we had individual chumpers because this motherfucker almost put us in a situation and got killed. Sometimes you got to deal with the situation thereafter, man. I agree with what Loco's saying, man. Some of these young, talented money bags, we can't kidnap them. It's a free America, but at the same time, you know, when we're in situations like that, you dig what I'm saying? We got to make sure that there's necessary security around to keep these brothers safe and to get them out of these particular situations that they volunteer themselves to be in, my brother. So you know, it's fucked up, but
hey, ball game.
Hold on.
That's just what I was saying, ball game.
Hold up a second, Bob. Let me address something right quick. Shout out to the dude that donate that 1999. But there's a brother that tried to chum in the chat. Bro, I can't put you on because you got the wrong name on your thing, man. I wanted to put you on, but when I saw your name with the killer and you know what the other word is, I couldn't put you up, bro. You got to change that. You change that, and you welcome to the chat, man. But you got to change your banner, bro.
A lot of these dudes don't understand. I mean, Friday get you killed.
Friday,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bob saying, you know what I'm saying? You got to be smart out here. You got to move smart. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna walk in a pack of. I ain't gonna walk up on a pack of 4, 5 dudes. I know I can get them hand to hand combat, but I'm gonna be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go the other way, not because I'm scared. I'm trying to be smart. You know, I'm more worried about your safety than I am mine.
A good wife be the bad stand any day.
Yeah. I ain't trying to get caught up in chipping one of these
Steve, man.
Hey, ball game, and that's what I was just saying, though, homie. About what 5 minutes ago, homie. How y'all just said y'all did the homie King Earn. Sometimes only violence, only respect, by ignorance, only respect. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta put it down like that.
You did.
And then as far as these other niggas, far as these rappers nowadays, homie, they like yes men around, bro. So it ain't no real niggas around them telling them the real because they don't want to get kicked out the camp.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what Bry was alluding to earlier. Bry was saying, you know, these yes men, you know, they shouldn't be around anyhow. You know, understand what I'm saying? Because they become a liability. You understand what I'm saying to the overall, you know, what motherfuckers is trying to do, man. You know, so
what you gotta understand, ball game. These dudes ain't being trained. A lot of these guys are straight out the block, straight out the hood. And cats are so weak-minded and stupid. They just taking them on the road, just want to try to call themselves showing some love. But they got niggas that ain't prepared for when these niggas rush you. You know, I done been in many concerts where.
What does that look like, though? What does that look like? What you just said. You know what I mean? How do they achieve that?
They need to be dudes need to be vigilant in their protection, Melly Mel. If you know you want to put this guy off in your entourage and he's from the hood, you want to get him out the hood and change his life, you need to go get him trained. You need to get these dudes with licensed firearms to be trained in certain situations.
There you go.
That's what I wanted to do.
There you go.
But see,
just not to come out the hood with
cut
it.
y'all off. One thing, let's just say I'm gonna pick one of y'all on the panel. Loco. You out the neighborhood, you a rapper. Now, you got intelligent brothers such as myself. I have a degree in business. I sit you down and break economics down to you. What I mean by break economics down to you is you're going to pull Bop. Bop on the corner. Ignorant is all outdoors. Put in work yesterday and this morning. You're going to pull Bop with you, local. But the house you just bought, mama, and the money they advance you, they got to pay for this hotel room, and so on, Bop going to jeopardize that. So now we have to get Melly Mel, who's Bop's oldest cousin, and put him on the payroll as an advisor. So now Melly Mel is gonna ring in Bop madness, but Bop is happy because he's screwing everything. We didn't took out the budget, 15,000, went and bought him that crap that devalues as soon as he come out of the jewelry store. And look, I gave you a crash course in economics, and then I point out rappers who are broke now, who didn't have an economically sound individual hollering at them, and tell you, do you want to be driving a Pinto instead of that flying spur Rolls
So what
Royce?
do you guys think about what I initiated on the chat is that the socialization program, like they got for the NFL, the NBA, And the
That's
baseball
what's
team.
needed. But it's in our community. We can find it in our community.
You gotta realize though, if the nigga that's running the show more ignorant than the niggas around him, what the fuck? You know what I
Good
mean?
point.
But hey,
my nigga.
hey,
You
man.
feel what I'm saying?
Hey,
He the
man.
cash crop.
Hey, man.
Real.
Hey,
Good
man.
point.
Hey, man. I love Bob. I just love the way he put it out there. But this is the thing, though, Bob. Let me say this, baby, bro. The thing is, yeah, if he is more ignorant, you know what I'm saying, you know, then we got to figure out a way to redirect his thinking as well, homie.
That's
How
when
we
you
gonna
bring his
do
mama
it?
into the
Yeah.
picture.
Hey, ball game. I be around a lot of these niggas daily, my nigga. And I just be looking at like you just see a train finna wreck, my nigga. You can see a train when it's finna wreck, my nigga. You know what I mean?
Real.
And only for as man to man, you only can give a nigga your opinion. You can't make him use it. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you tell a nigga like my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, look at little Draco, homie. All them niggas ran on that nigga, bro.
That's what
I didn't see one nigga stand solid, my nigga.
They ran through
I
that
would have
gate. I
died
saw
with
the
that
video
nigga.
too.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
You
ball
had
game,
to.
From a
I would have
different
died
cloth,
with
Bob.
that nigga, homie. Real
Right on,
shit. I
brother.
would have died with that nigga, homie. You know what I mean? My loyalty to this shit, I would have died with that nigga, bro. You know what I mean? But niggas don't feel like that no more, homie. They just out for what you say. What Bry-D just said. Fuck the bitches. Go get the little chains. You know, driving the little cars. And that's all they in it for, my nigga. Niggas ain't got
For
no
real.
loyalty no more, my nigga.
Well,
Niggas ain't solid no more.
it's
You know what I
funny
mean?
because Slick is in the chat, and me and Slick was talking about that yesterday, man. You know what I mean? And
Slick, what's
Who
up,
was that,
man?
the homie from Campanella?
yeah,
Hey, what's
Slick.
up, homie? Nice to meet you, homie.
What's happening?
I'm Lil Bob, homie from Core Park, homie.
I know who you are.
Nice to meet you, though, bro.
What's happening? Likewise, likewise, likewise.
All the time.
And Bob, you you got a lot of wisdom, my young brother. You know what I'm saying, and you real influential. You know what I'm saying, from your section, man. And we need more brothers who got that particular voice. You understand what I'm saying? Who got that particular influence? Who got that particular, you know what I'm saying, presence in their sections? You know, to be pushing those particular affirmations. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, look, we been doing shit though, ball game. I like Slick, little homie, Boogaloo. I just connected with him, bro. You know what I mean?
How
And
Slick
we
get on
too,
there, man?
Don't worry
we
about
too.
them, your big homie.
Hey, look, we two younger homies, a little younger than y'all, my nigga. But you know, niggas been
Hey.
trying to pass shit. You know what I mean? You know, niggas been doing shit behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And motherfucking you know, real niggas is connected, my nigga. You know what I mean? It's gonna take time. It ain't gonna happen overnight. But you know, it seems like every time we take a step closer, we get knocked down a step backwards, my nigga. You know what I mean?
And I think, and for me, it's disheartening, man. It's effed up. You know what I mean? And when I hear about these deaths, man, you know, some people, you know, they say rest in peace to the homie. But for me, it really affects me, man, because I have a 23-year-old, man, and I talk to the brother all the time when he leaves the house. I got to pull Mikey to the side. I say, check this out, little brother. I need you to keep your head on the swivel for this. You know, we got a homeboy that just got killed out here 2 days ago, Ricky Waddell. I was just telling Melly about that out of Lincoln Park.
I heard you.
Yes, yeah, you heard that. And 62 years old, man, got killed by a youngster. You know, so I got to tell my son, you know, with the environment and with the way motherfuckers is thinking right now, I got to keep his head on the swivel, especially him being a non-affiliate, but then who his dad is. You dig what I'm saying? And this is a little off subject, but one thing I will say, when we have these kids, when we have these boys, I didn't give my son my moniker. I didn't give him Little Ball Game because I didn't want all the bullshit that I used to be involved in back in the days.
Yeah,
I didn't want none of that shit to follow this young brother. You dig what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So that's a little offset. Don't give your kids don't give your sons your monikers, man. Especially when y'all know y'all been in some, especially when some of us done did some things that, you know what I'm saying, that we got to get on our knees and we got to ask
Ball game. Hey, ball game. You know, wisdom. Wisdom come with maturity and age, my nigga. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep it gangster. I love riders, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Say that again, Bob.
No, I said I'm gonna keep it gangster, my nigga. I love riders, my nigga. You know what I mean? That's how we was raised, my nigga.
I love them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just, you know, you try to tell the young homies without being hypocritical because they spin that shit back in your face. Oh, nigga, you was that same nigga and you is that same nigga. Like, I mean, more peace that's in my heart. I still will get cracking though. Bleed that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't think nobody on this panel, you know, can refute that. You dig what I'm saying? Me, myself, at 54, about to be 55 years old, I'd rather not. You know what I'm saying? I'm older now.
No. You didn't hear my whole point. I would rather not too. I would rather not too. Sometimes niggas bring you up out them shells and they wake up giants and all that. But what I'm saying is, we gotta show the niggas that it's not hypocritical. We just telling you because we didn't know at your age. You know, it was exciting. It was fun. You know what I mean?
Nigga want to see you live.
It's
Nigga want to see you live.
It's a sad situation, but when you come up under riders, that's what you become more than likely, my nigga.
So let me ask a question to the panel. Is the ethnic identity of black people gangbanging?
Nah, hell no.
So why does it keep becoming the topic, the subject matter? Why is it always at the forefront? Why are we still dealing with it in the way we dealing with it? What is the problem?
People reach for crutches. People utilize it as a crutch from my perspective. Okay, I don't know the brother from Campanella, but I've watched the brother. Correct me if I'm wrong, bro, from Campanella. But he said he sold T-shirts all over the United States at different venues. Am I correct?
Yep.
So therefore, he know what his foundation is, Campanella. But his destination has been nationwide. Even doing something as simple as that, but not that simple because he had to go here, there, and there and navigate the waters in different cities.
That man's still trying to learn his ABCs, man. Don't do him like that.
The point is, Mr. Professor, is that he may be in Campanella today, but his mind to a Campanella that looks up to him is all over the United States from experience.
All right, well,
so
let
not
him
taking
speak.
Nothing from him.
Let him speak, Bry-Dog. Let him speak.
Okay.
What you want to know about?
See what I'm saying?
What'd he say?
He said, "What you want to know about?"
No, but see, when I went to them different states, I wasn't gang banging Campanella. I knew it was with me, but I had to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just messing with him. He joked with him.
I was around hustlers and I was getting taught how to hustle the right way and make money, you know what I'm saying, and avoid different tragedies when I go out there and hustle, you know what I'm saying? I was still getting taught the game, but I was always from Campanella. Everywhere I went, I worked with majority Crips when I was out of town. You know what I'm saying? I was really the only Pyru that went out of town. The rest of them was like from 40s, 30s, the homie from Tragnew, the homie from Palmer Block, you know what I'm saying? And it was a couple of bloods, but they wasn't gang banging like I was gang banging. You see what I'm saying? But when we went out there, we didn't let them out of town cats push up on us. We came as one. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you was a Crip Paru, a Southsider, or a Blood. You know what I'm saying? When we went to them different states, we did go through the ghetto to check out the ghettos. You know what I'm saying? And back then, when I was out there, like I said, when I was in New York, there wasn't no Cripping and no Pyruing. But when I stepped out in the Bronx, I was with my burgundy chucks, my gray Ben Davis, and my Ben Davis shirt, and they told me they don't want that Crip and Pyru blood stuff in New York. But when I came back a couple of years later, Crips and Bloods out there. You see what I'm saying? But my main thing was going out there just to make money. I wasn't worried about gangbang. When I come to the hood, then I could get my gangbang on, but I was always out of town. I never hung around my age group. It was always somebody pulling me out the age group and like, let's go do this. But I wanted to go do dirt with the homies, because you know what I'm saying, that's what I hung around. But it was always my older homeboys to chastise me when I did something wrong. See, that's what we lack of now. These youngsters can't take a chastising in the neighborhood because they quick to, you know what I'm saying, pull a gun or do some
Slick,
sneaky
tell him
shit.
what Taboo
You
said
know what I'm
the other
saying?
day.
But Taboo said, what Taboo say?
About bringing
About the
back the
modules.
modules.
Oh yeah, Taboo been talking about this for like 10 years when we was in the spot in the hood. You know what I'm saying? To stop this Pyro on Pyro, blood on blood, Crip on Crip. Open up the module back up. You know what I'm saying? Bring a couple of big homies from the pen that done did it before they did it and sit them in the module with them. You got to mix them in there. You mix the enemies up with enemies, they can't do nothing but get along. You see what I'm saying? They not, you know what I'm saying? You put one enemy with 3 enemies, that's all you got to do is get along. They used to put me in there with Southsiders. 3 Southsiders, 4-man cell on the 4,000 floor. I'm a Pyru. You know what I'm saying? They looking at me crazy as a motherfucker, but I'm a Pyru. I got to stick with it. I can't, you know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna do? We gonna be in this cell rumbling, you know what I'm saying, till the deputies come. I'm biting and scratching and everything. Because there's 3 of them and 1 of me. But you know what I'm saying? We got along in there. To tell you the truth, on the 4,000 floor, me and the Southsiders was spreading with each other. Because we lived together.
And I think opening up the go ahead, Bob. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
Ahead,
I was telling Slick I used to spread with the motherfuckers every night, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
my thing is, I'm
think it's
thinking
politics up in there, but they think it's politics in there. But the people you in there with, you living with them, they, once you get to know them, man, they become your best friend, homie. They look out for you. You go, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. They have your back, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man.
Hey, look. That's like Crips and Bloods, Crips and Pyrus. Look at you and Melly relationship, homie. Look at my relationship with certain niggas. Look at Bry-D relationship with certain. Look at Dev and Locos and Ball Game. Everybody got, you'll be like, damn, this would have been my nigga. My nigga, if he wasn't a Blood, I wasn't a Rip, this could be my best friend. My nigga, like,
let me
you know what I
tell you
mean?
something. Let me
Because
tell
you
you
don't
something,
know
Bob.
him.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I was knocking down one of your reputable homegirls from Carver. Knocking her down. I used to be over there at her house, homie. I'm gonna give you a name, homie. My nigga was Bosco, homie.
Who?
Bosco. Rest in peace.
Yeah, Bosco resting in peace, my nigga.
Now who was her brother? Now who was Bosco's sister?
He got a lot of sisters.
Tammy,
One of them got 4 kids by him.
Monique.
Yeah, that's Bosco brother-in-law.
No.
Monique.
Who else?
Monique, Tammy.
I was knocking.
Monique, Tammy.
I was knocking down. I was knocking down Tangy, homie. And I used to be over there. That's how I got into it. That's how I met
She gonna be
Bosco.
mad at you.
Who?
Hey, no, look. Hey, Slick look familiar though, bro. Hey, you used to be over there in Long Beach at her house, huh?
And no, I didn't go to Long Beach. Only when she moved back to her grandmama house right there on the corner. Remember
She gonna be mad at you.
Remember they stole the Monte Carlo?
Yeah, on Alabama right there.
Yeah, remember they started the Monte Carlo?
I know who you're talking about.
Me and the homie Warlock put the whole Monte Carlo back together, homie. When her grandmama passed, I was there. And all the Carver Parks was there, because you know what I'm saying? And you know, they knew I was from Campanella. They knew I was from Campanella, homie. If I was a dirty nigga, man, I could have did some devious shit, but you know what I'm saying? It was respect. You see, because she stay in the hood
think
still.
you something.
She stay in the hood right now.
Spread that name on
Hey, you look familiar though, my nigga. I know I done seen you before in traffic, bro. Hey, you know what's crazy though? Hey, you know what's crazy, Slick? I was in Camp NY with your brother Turtle, my nigga from B13, my nigga.
That was my
Look,
brother.
when I first started seeing you on the interviews, I thought you was him at first, my nigga.
Hey, that's why the Southsiders used to try to get me because they thought I was
Can
Turtle.
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Hey,
hear
can
you.
y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's kind of like scrambling. Hey, no, I was telling the homie Slick, I knew his brother. I was in camp with me and his brother was in Kilpatrick in like 92, my nigga.
Yup.
I thought
We
Slick
used to
had to
roll
play
through
dominoes
juvenile
when my
halls.
mom was around.
We used to roll through juvenile halls, nigga, all every time I went to jail, I seen Turtle, my nigga. Hey, I thought you was him at first, my nigga, when I first
Man,
started
y'all
seeing
take
your
that question
interviews.
right there. Who want to take that question right there?
But the youth
It's
is
It's
lacking
lacking maturity
maturity
and
and
respect.
respect.
Their age is changing, but their mindset is not. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Well, we've been, like I said, we've been talking about that, man. I've been liking what Brywood has been saying when it comes to, the youth is lacking maturity, and respect because they haven't been taught to respect. When I was growing up in my hood, my big homies, I knew for a fact if I
You know,
disrespected one of my big homies, it was more than likely I was gonna get fucked up and sent home. You dig
you
what I'm
know what it
saying?
okay, you know what it is with the youngsters? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is with the youngsters that's coming up these days. It's peer
Oh, I
pressure,
can't
homie.
even
They
hear.
don't
Yeah,
want
that
they
too.
don't want to they don't want to call they don't want to
Ain't
get
no
called
discipline.
busters. They don't want to get called,
That
oh,
too,
you ain't
devil. There ain't no
acting.
discipline. Yeah.
It ain't no
So it's
discipline.
peer
We had
pressure,
discipline
homie.
growing up. I mean, you got out of line, niggas DP'd your ass.
But see,
Wasn't no picking. You
Immediately.
better not grab no gun. But a
but
nigga
see,
kill somebody, kill you or something,
really,
niggas had respect
Hey,
back then.
hey, let me say
Kev,
something to you. Let me ask y'all something, man. Hey, did y'all see from where the progression went from the 70s? Guys were just saying they were chunking them. Then they might get stabbed every now and then. Then the gunplay started.
Yeah.
Everything progresses, man. Now look what the gunplay is like. Now look at the action at the guns and shit that these kids are packing around and busting. Man, just like drugs. Drugs started out as marijuana and all the bullshit and it progressed. Now it's at fentanyl. These kids losing their life to fentanyl and all kind of overdoses. Everything progresses, bro. Everything
hey,
gonna keep on progressing. The
Well, you know
killings.
what? Well, let me interject on that because when I got affiliated was in 1976 down here in San Diego. The 5'9" Brim Blood set is the first Bloods in San Diego. The biggest set down here at that time was West Coast 1930 Crips, and it was just all hand games. You go to the park, you go to the skating ring, you go to the Cool Jazz Festival, meet up with a couple of motherfuckers. You chunk them things. Keep my homeboys always told me keep your chin chuck, keep your eyes forward, slang them things. Every once in a while, a bicycle chain, you might get hit, and then it was a 22 gun play. And then when that crack came out, that's when motherfuckers start seeing the more proliferation of high powered weapons, nines, 4.5s, 357s, and then it went from
AK 47.
Mac. Go ahead, Devil. Go ahead. Interject,
No,
homie.
go ahead. Go ahead. I was just
Mac 10s. Then we start seeing every blue moon. You would see an AR. Then it was AK. Then it was AKs. You understand what I'm saying? And then what happened thereafter? You know what I'm saying? The fight for territory. For a minute, it wasn't even about no blood and crip shit. It was really about the money. Because I know a motherfucker like me. I was a hustler. I like the money part of it. You
all right.
understand what I'm saying?
Well,
And
okay,
the fact
let me interject now, man. All this shit we talking about right now don't mean shit. What can we do now
that part.
try to you
see,
know what I'm
that's
saying, make the streets safer for the young kids to grow up? Fuck what we did in the past and now, you know what I'm saying, how to
You
get this
gotta have
money.
somebody that
You know
they
what
can relate to, Slick. They gotta
I'm saying? Huh?
be able to somebody that's calm enough and be able to bring a
We got a
presentation
war,
to them. One person.
It's a war zone out here right now. All this shit right here we talking about ain't gonna mean shit to
It ain't gonna
nobody
mean
because they
nothing.
ain't
I
listen.
agree.
We gotta, nigga, as men, and we say we from somewhere, we not from there. We gotta come together as men and let these youngsters know that I can hang with a bop, that I can hang with a devil, that I can hang with a Melly Mel, I can hang with a
That's
Bray
real.
Dog, I can hang with a Loco. and I'm a pirate. I hang out with them still. I still hang out with Rock. I hang out with Kev Mac. I hang out with Melly Mel. When we go in Alameda, homie, I hang out with a lot of Crips, homie, and we safe. Let's not talk about what all this shit. What we gonna talk about to make these motherfucking streets safe now? Because it's a war zone
Let me
out there,
ask you
homie.
a
You know,
question. Let me ask you a question.
You know
Do
what I'm
you
Good
think
saying?
point,
that
Slick. Good
let me
point,
interject
homie.
with that.
do
Let me
you
interject
think
on that one. No,
okay?
go ahead, man.
Do
No,
you
what I'm
think
saying,
go ahead, Deb. I'll answer. I'll turn
see,
mine up.
what need to happen is these G's in each hood need to clean up their own backyard. You know what I'm saying? And how you do that is you get with your gunners. Everybody know who the gunners is from their turfs. Everybody know who the riders is and who the ones that's gonna keep the beef going. You got to get them dudes and you got to sit them dudes down and put some protocol together. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that if the dudes across the street that you beefing with ain't doing the same thing over there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can get with an OG nigga from across the street that we beefing with, and if he don't got the keys to his car, he can't stop his homies from coming over here. You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying? I
bro.
can't tell my homies to put their guns down and allow these dudes to keep on coming over here and firing
Appreciate
off
you,
shots.
Steve.
You know what I'm saying? But I can have my homies stand down. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
Because
ask you
we
this though, everybody.
we, we
Do
all
you
know
think
it ain't going. When somebody say peace treaty, a lot of people turn a blind eye to that because it's too much bloodshed. But if you keep your homies over there, I keep my homies over here, and then it can be a safe environment for everybody.
But it got devil. Belly.
wait
It
a
got
minute,
that.
Slick.
It
Wait
got
a minute,
that.
Slick. Wait a minute. Let me add something. Let me add something to the gumbo. Do you think the influx of drugs was had chemical agents that were mind altering that kept our personalities in a disarray until where now we can't find our way back to a medium? Do you think that has something to do with it?
I do.
Oh hell yeah! Oh
I
yeah!
do. Because,
Hell yeah!
all right, let me show you something, Dev. I left the streets, right, in the mid 90s.
You just gonna avoid my question.
No, I'm going to give your answer to your question. I came back in the millennium.
Avoid this
I went
question,
to the county
Bray-Dog.
jail.
Talk. We ain't worried about
It was
Melly right
dudes
now.
that told, and they homeboys was saying he was high, man. That's why he told. So they were justifying the chemical
Mm-hmm.
in the brain matter
Mm,
and sitting in there instead of asserting your right to remain silent. You go
Right,
gibberish. That's why I called ecstasy a truth serum, and I never took it because I
right,
saw these dudes would just talk off this X about things that they shouldn't talk about. So I
right.
think the chemicals, to answer your question, got their brains in a whole different place. So when you come and say, hey man, y'all shouldn't even be riding on them dudes over there, the chemicals got them thinking a totally different response than what a rational individual would.
Right.
Because who knows what's in fentanyl? Who knows what's in a Molly? Who knows what's up in that
Chemical,
Johnny Blaze that you snorting up your nose now that they
So,
lacing it with stuff? So I agree
chemical
so
with you.
slick,
imbalance, chemical
so
imbalance.
slick. What can you do? What can you do to stop motherfuckers from using drugs? Because all of them under the influence of drugs sound like.
Shit.
I never did drugs. I never smoked or drank.
well,
So
that's you, Slick. That's
I,
you. He talking about the
We talking
individual.
about, yeah, we talking about
See,
what can we do
Them
to get
niggas out there
the
committing all these murders and shit, man. 98, they got a big percentage of them be on the influence of drugs when they doing this shit, man.
we gotta send them to
Hard
rehab
drugs.
then, God damn it. Shit.
what
But
you have to
that's their
do,
thing.
man.
That's all they know that's all they know when I see them drinking that lean and popping them pills and drinking, that's all they know to cope, homie. I think that's how they function. Because if they don't get on the drug, they gonna have an attitude and wanna go do some dumb shit.
Well, look. Well, check this out. Well, check this out. The young brothers right here, eyeballs Torres in the chat. He said most of my violent acts as a young man were mostly influenced by alcohol. The young
Alcohol
brother,
is a part of it.
yeah, alcohol is a part of it because I stopped drinking Hennessy 20 years ago because
You know, ball
when I
game.
drink, yes, sir.
You know why they use drugs and alcohol? Because they scared to go on a mission. They gotta numb themselves. They scared to go sober,
That's a
homie.
good
Cause
point.
they
That's a good
scared.
point.
They want to numb themselves, homie. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to show that fear. You see what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
That's
But
why they want to get
but a
Hey,
lot
loose.
of
hey,
times,
so
Hey,
Michelle dropped a question in there. She said, "Is it a arrested development?"
but
It is.
That's a good.
no,
That's a
hey,
good
Melly
question.
Mel.
Huh?
Hey, let me tell you something about syrup. I'm from out here, man. I used to be. I was damn near killed me. It puts you in a mind state like a demon, bro. It takes, I don't give a damn who you are. You use that shit over time, it fucks your head up. It
Loco, where
fucks your
you at?
relationships up. You're very irritable. You're very violent. And if you was already violent coming into the shit, it ain't gonna do nothing but enhance that shit.
Loco, where you
A
at?
lot of these
Houston?
dudes be under the influence of all this bullshit, and it's easy for them to make a decision to go grab that AR or that SK and just tear shit up, man. Because they already fucked up on these lean and all this shit. They rapping about it. They telling you what they own.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this
Molly
too.
and all this
A lot of
motherfucking
people,
shit, man. That shit is mind altering, bro.
but a lot of people do drugs and be on drugs because they be hiding the pain. You know what I mean? A lot of people be going through shit. They don't have no
Yeah,
father, no
yeah,
mother.
yeah,
Their
yeah,
homie done
yeah.
got killed, so they don't got nothing to turn to but the drugs to ease their pain. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a counterattack because that's gonna make you go put in some work. 'Cause I'd have been there and done that. Not on no drugs, but shit, you know, homie get killed, nigga hurt. Shit, I'm gonna smoke a stick and go put in some work. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Well, you know, for me, my violent trigger for me was that Hennessy, man. If I drink a bottle of that Hennessy, somebody say something wrong, it's on. I stopped drinking that Hennessy, man. You know, and I'm like Slick. I ain't never really did no drugs when back in the days when we
Easier
used to come
said than done, 702.
and we used to come up there to Compton and get that piss. And I seen my homeboys go out. You know, that was the
Say
influence for
no
me.
to
And
drugs.
Loco, right on for saying that about that lean, because I seen that lean do a lot of shit to the homies down here as well. They drink that lean and they go out there and they put in that work. And then when they come back, and then when they wake up the next morning, they ain't even really realize what they done did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Neighborhood real, man. Salute to my boy, neighborhood real.
everybody has made a damn good point, you know. So right now, for me, I'm learning something from every last one of y'all, man. Good luck.
Yeah,
I feel
likewise.
like this, man.
She
Pop,
really
real
a
quick.
catch
All of
22
us
though.
right here talking. It's just like the brother Slick said. The hell with
Salute
me, this is
neighborhood
the
real,
real,
man.
right? But
What's up, man? I just want to
tonight,
tap in and say salute to the panel, man.
What up, homie?
Oh, nothing.
What's up, G?
what it do?
What's up, my brother?
Already, bro. Yeah, I got to tap in.
Yeah, we
Hey,
glad
what you saying, dog?
The same way
What Draco was talking about?
the same way we're a variety of individuals from different sections, and we talking today. This is the right now. It's the same thing that could be propagated. I can get on the telephone and call Tiny Tank from City Stone, Biddy Stone, as he would say, and I'm guessing most of you brothers on this panel get on there and call somebody who your hood don't get along with. So the starting right now is the right now. The beginning of a solution to the problems of, man, all these young idiots running around with no respect.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
So I concur with what you say, Slick. I don't know you, bruh, but I know Bob, perhaps, and he don't know you, but I know through Melly Mel, we all know one another.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that if you could talk to me as a Carver and you from Campanella, then it can extend to someone that's in your circle and can extend to somebody that's in my circle. They got influence in our respective neighborhoods to start a dialogue. That's the first step. And the first step is already conducted right here.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of niggas. It's a lot of niggas be having. It's a lot of niggas be having hidden agendas, my nigga. Hey, that's why I post up all the Dom moves I fuck with, all the power rules I fuck with. I let a nigga know, nigga, I do what I want to do, and it's leading by example, homie. You know what I mean? I'm a real rip, nigga. Everybody that know me know what time it is. But at the end of the day, I try to show niggas instead of just talking about it, my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I went to my homeboy Lil Bop from Blackstone funeral, my nigga. I ain't never been around that many bloods in my life, my nigga.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was so many.
I slid up. I didn't go to the funeral, but we was up there and we sent flowers for Bob. You know what I mean? I seen the video where you brothers was on there, man. And the thing is respect begets respect. Like I said, me myself, I don't give a damn if you away, if you a key, or if you a Damu. Me myself, I'm gonna show you respect. You dig what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. And at the same time, I'm gonna expect mine, man. You dig what I'm saying? So hey, Dev, my daughter say me and you look alike, homie.
Yeah, we blood cousins, man.
Hey, let me say
We
something
blood
right quick
cousins.
to Bob and to the chat. And OG Melly Mel, I want to know your opinion on this. Man, as far as the guys in the chat, man, every one of these guys are very intelligent, man, and got their shit together. And as we talk, we getting our shit together, right? Everybody working for the same thing, but it takes a person like a Bop. I've been watching Bop over the years because I've been following you for a long time, homie. A lot of
Yeah,
respect for you, my nigga, and I'm gonna tell you what I know about you. You can go anywhere.
yeah.
And man, everybody can't do that. And it's going to take somebody like a Bop to be able to really affect change inside of these neighborhoods, even the neighborhoods he's not from. Because they'll listen to Bop, because Bop got an approach that people don't mind listening to. When you got guys on here that don't know how to present themselves, and I'm one of them. Sometimes I trip. I'm not the one.
Well,
Bop is that kind of guy, man. He's so
when it comes to
consistent.
Bob, Bob has the unique ability to actually execute when in Rome, do as Romans. So Bob can go in all these different environments and blend right in, but at the same time not alter who he is as an individual.
Right,
That in itself
right,
is talent.
right. In the words
and
of Bob, you know what it
that's what I
is.
try to show these niggas, though, my nigga. That's what I try to show these niggas. Like, you know, even back in the day when we was doing the Unity ones and all, you know, my pops and all, I used to tell these niggas, homie, if you want to stop killing, you gotta fuck with the killers. You can't fuck with the
Right,
niggas that's in the backfield. You got whatever
right,
you want to stop, bro. You gotta fuck with the people that's doing it, my nigga.
right,
If you
right.
want to stop niggas from using drugs, you gotta holler at the niggas that's selling dope. They're selling this shit to them too. You know what I mean? So that's like a catch-22 because you can't really tell a nigga how to get his money. A lot of homies don't even know how to read or write, homie, to even go try to find a job or, you know what I mean? A lot of niggas, this the only thing they know, my nigga.
Now
You know
that's a
what I
true
mean? So
statement.
it's
That is
But
a
that
very
it's
true
like you gotta
statement.
come
that's
to a
true.
common ground. When you tell a nigga something, you gotta have an alternative for him. If I tell my little stop selling dope, I should have a job waiting on him. You feel what I'm saying? If I tell my little homie, stop killing something, my nigga, I should have a solution for him to, you know what I mean? Have something else creative for him to do, my nigga.
Well, let
And
me
it's
say
like,
this.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Hey, let me ask this question. Let me ask Bob this. Say, Bob,
yeah,
we're gonna reach out to the shooters. So what we gonna tell them to stop though?
you
But
gonna
like,
I mean,
what we gonna have them do after that? Because
I can answer that easily. Real.
no, look, I didn't really have a solution. That's what I'm telling you. If we tell a nigga to stop something, we should have something for him, positive, more
Yeah,
constructive for
because you
him to
can't
do.
take
You
something away
understand what I'm
without having
saying?
something to give.
Well, you
right,
know
right.
what? But that's
Exactly.
what Kirk Dog from Neighborhood 40 Crip out here in San Diego. We did a news conference about a month ago with the county of San Diego. And he said the exact he said, how in the fuck am I gonna go into the neighborhoods and tell my little homies to stop A, B, C, and D if we don't have no alternative for them?
Right.
Let me say this as well. Let me say this too. Let me commend Loco, because he just said something. Loco gave Bop his props for being able to navigate through certain situations to get the narrative out. Loco just said, you know, hey, maybe I might not be the one. See, we all need to know what our strengths and weaknesses are.
That's right, bro.
And
That's
then
right.
we need to know, then we need to know how to apply them thereafter. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm kind of like Bob myself. I've been able to navigate through Crip hoods because, first of all, I come in peace. I might come with gifts, and
Man,
I
it's
come
breaking
with
up bad on my end, bro.
and
We can hear you though. You straight over here.
Yeah.
It's kind of breaking up bad on my end. I can't even understand it.
Tell Bob to start all over again. So anyhow,
Yeah, go out, come back in, cuz.
yeah. So you got to know how and when to stay in your lane. You dig what I'm saying? I think Melly Mel possessed that particular gift as well, to where he can navigate in certain hoods and everybody knows where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because it's platforms like this. Now to answer the brother, what's your name down here, my brother, with the hat on?
Bad fuck.
How you doing,
Man,
my brother?
that's man Punter.
Man, okay, well, it's a blessing to meet you, my brother.
All right,
You know,
glad to meet you too.
now back to your question about, what we gonna tell the young shooters. I'm gonna tell them, hey, can just for the sake of conversation, can we use some type of form of restraint? We trying to get a message. We trying to stop this bullshit. Can I get y'all to chill out for a second? I done it. I done had homies tell the little brothers tell me, well, ball, big homie, if these niggas come over here tripping with us, then I'm gonna be forced to do what I gotta do, which is understandable. Because everybody's gonna protect themselves, but you can still get at the killers and say, "Hey, can I get you to chill out? Can I get you to restrain for a second? Because we trying to accomplish something on this side." You dig what I'm saying? And there's always an effective way to communicate with these brothers. And I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes you got to put together a plan. You got to be strategic in this shit, man.
All
Because
the time.
all the time,
Hey,
because these motherfuckers is not listening.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Hey, ball.
Let me say this off of
Hey,
that.
ball game. Hey, ball game. You know my strategic move, homie? What just like the homie Loco said. See, I know once I get around these niggas, the young homies, they gonna respect what it is, my nigga. And I have two niggas that's enemies that I know that's doing the most shit. Once I put them two niggas together and see we really all the same type niggas, and they become cool. Now, more than likely, they the little smaller generals, and they little get down. So now that stop a whole bunch of shit. Now, if you put these two niggas that's running things together, and you break that ice with them niggas, that stop a lot from the niggas that's following them. You understand what I'm saying?
And you know what, Bob? If you're able to do that, I think it's your responsibility to do that, homie.
But you know what? You know what? Ball game. The same way these entertainers are surrounded and protected, the ones we talking about that you can never get to, they should never be able to get. They should never be able to get to Pop, and he should be able to go.
Agreed.
And that's what we should be surrounding about. It ain't about everybody being the leader. It's about being able to follow whoever it is that's going to be able to affect change in these neighborhoods, homie. And they had a show on A&E years ago, Peacemaker or something like that in L.A. Man, they didn't make that show by coincidence. A lot of people gonna say good things or bad things about it, but that guy was going in one neighborhood at a time, bro. And he was putting these people together, and we watched it. If you understand? So we know it can be done, but we got to protect the person that's going to be able to be the one to be the voice. Everybody can't be the voice. Everybody got to know their role, man. And that's what I'm saying.
Everybody. You can't save
As a
everybody.
people.
You can't save, Well, Devil just made a good point. We can't save everybody. But I feel where Loco coming from, Melly, where he's saying, like somebody like Melly. Melly navigates and moves for the most part by himself, but I still think that in certain situations, it's always good to have a homeboy or two around, you know what I'm saying, to get somebody out some bullshit just in case the bull, because every once in a while, you don't know what brick wall you're going to run into. But like I say, me, when I see the bullshit coming, because of my experiences, like Dev said, pride can get you killed. I'm not prideful. I'll back the fuck up and hop in my whip and get the fuck up out of there, man. And what happens is it'll keep something from happening to me, or it'll keep me from having to do something to somebody else, man.
Yeah, let me say this though. Let me tap in right there. Going back to what you were saying, ball game and little Bob. Hey, you go talk to them youngsters right that's doing all the work. Man, probably half of them gonna listen, and the other half ain't gonna be trying to hear that. They're gonna keep mashing. So then my question is, because this, we all trying to come up with solutions and figure out something for them. But at the end of the day, we gotta already have these answers set up, because the ones that's gonna keep mashing, what you gonna do with them? See, it gotta be a solution for them. So if y'all gonna keep mashing, then what is the next step? Because
you know what
they're gonna bag up. So now y'all want to keep pushing the line. So we don't want the line to keep getting pushed. So as we coming to talk to them on the level where we coming with peace and try to reach some understanding, how do we reach the understanding with the ones that ain't trying to hear that? They're gonna keep pushing.
I think we gotta prepare and develop the next leaders, because sooner or later all of us ain't gonna be sitting on these panels. all of us is gonna be. We gonna, you know, we older now. A lot of us gonna be like, you know what? Fuck all this. We done. We got to. The people that's coming up under us. We got to get them ready to hold these same discussions and put in the same work that all of us are willing to put in when it comes to checking our homies and trying to cease this bullshit. That's the best answer I can give you, homie.
I'm gonna go back to what Devil
I got an
said.
answer for that one.
I'm gonna go back to what Devil said. Because back in the day, when we would do something wrong, we get dusted up. So if y'all don't want to push the line, I'm gonna keep pushing the line. You really in a position where you're gonna have to
shoes, man.
This nigga crazy.
See, but the ones that you can't, the dudes that you can't reach, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
You got they gonna have to set example for themselves. They could be incarcerated.
Right.
Maddie
You know what I'm
left.
saying? They got a place for them. They got a place for them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I always tell them that, homie. Hey, you live by the gun, you're gonna die by the gun, or you're gonna be locked up behind the gun. You know what I'm saying? Pick your poison.
Gentlemen,
It's
we've been
the
on here
war that you fight.
2 hours and 20 minutes. Me and Bry-D, we got another chat.
Hey,
we got.
We ain't leaving. Homie. We got you hostage, homie. We got you.
Melly and Bry-D, I need y'all's numbers, man. If I can DM the numbers, man.
Hey,
all right.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna send it to the Michael
Mel talking about. We got
you gonna
okay,
you get all my information from him. Hey, Slick, I want to put a bug in your ear, man. So I'll get my number from Mel.
Man, we ain't tell Mel we got him hostage, homie. We ain't getting off live no more. Go
I gotta go with him, bro. Slick,
I got
my number from Mel.
Hey, give my number. Give my number. Give Slick my number too. I need to holler at Slick. Give Slick my number.
Man, you got my number, dude.
Hey, but
man, it's been really good, informative. I think we made a lot of good sense tonight, and appreciate Bob and Slick, Big Devil, Neighborhood, Ball Game, Bry-D, man, everybody, even Queen Jean, they jumped in the chat. I want to appreciate y'all, man, and let y'all know, man, let's do this again. Let's not take it too, let's get together soon, man. That's all I can say. Let's get together soon.
Hey, Melly, the IG is gonna be Michael the Ball Game. The Michael Singletary when they shut me down, man, because I was talking shit about the Nas.
Okay, send me a message because I got so many people on there. Send me a message, and then I'll respond.
Okay, because I want to holler at you and Bry-D. It was a blessing, my brother.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Hey, I'm gonna send you a request. I'm gonna send you a request.
Slick, I love you, my. What you say, Dev?
I'm gonna send you a request on the IG thing.
Man, y'all can step over to the
United request, and
y'all can step over to the United States of America. United States
love you,
of America.
All right,
all right, I love you, man.
Right on. Professor Melly, the place, man. You know they vibe. Continue to watch these lineups as we go. Man, we doing the work over here, man. So shout out to the mailroom. Shout out to the mailroom nation, mailroom goons. Professor Melly Mail. Click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. So when the dope content drop, it'll hit like the first and the 15th. Shout out to the mailroom, man. Until the next time, we are gone. We are gone. Peace and blessings, Marlena, E-Money, CJ. Let's see, D-Fair, Reggie, No Way, man. So many. Mike Marks. Shout out to all you guys, man. Good night, man. Until we talk again. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Be good, be safe. Most of all, be well. We are gone.